I hate relics.
Bro, they suck.
I'm doing the best I can with what I get, cause this double reward shit just ain't cutting it.
Yeah. What pisses me off more is when you get like a relic.
Hi, this is Toga speaking.
Well, I remember in Genshin you talked about it, where like you get something like, oh, it's defense, but the substat is all crit rate, crit damage, and maybe attack is like, bro, why is this on this? What?
Yeah, it's
Motherfucker. And then you get the actual relic you want, like crit rate or crit damage, and it's like, oh, substat, HP, defense.
and it's not even percentage of HP and defense. It's flat HP or defense.
It's so bad.
It's like, wow, I would have at least been a-okay with some percentage, but no, it's just flat. Nah, yeah, for me it's the same thing here, because I've been struggling trying to get Bronya her set, and instead I at least I'm giving Ting Yung some stuff, but they're not great, but at least it's something. Because both Ting Yung and Bronya share the same set.
I think the other thing too is I don't have enough material to level up relics. I'm like holding off to start leveling any yet.
I still have, and it's because I'm just very anal with my relics, because I still have a shit ton of material, but my relics aren't that high level.
Oh, mine, the ones I do have, like people are using are high level, like they're maxed.
I think for Jing Liu, she has 2 plus 15s, actually no, 3, because she has that little orb. A 10 and a 13. Fu Xuan has 2 15s, and then 12 and 9. Yeah, they're not that high. I'm way too anal when it comes to artifacts and relics.
Are you only using purple? I mean gold and not the purples? Or are you using both?
I'm using both. Like, right now I'm getting rid of most of my purples. Like, Ting Yung had a whole entire purple set, and now I switched it out for golds ever since this event thing happened with double rewards.
That's the problem. Like, I'm trying to... I want, like, anyone I'm using to use gold, but there's not enough. Like, I'm not getting enough good ones to give it to, like, every single character.
Yeah, and I don't want to use that crafting an crafting a relic thing. I still have 4 of the one where you get to select the actual, like, main stat.
Oh, you mean, how do I... Oh, that's right. This doesn't have... I forgot. The only reason to use that is when you have the thingy that lets you pick the stat.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you can salvage a bunch of golds, you can at least pick which relic you want. Because I think it only takes 10 golds to craft one.
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, I feel like that might not be worth it because you could just use those golds for also XP, like leveling relics.
Oh, I didn't think. Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. I guess in my head it's like, fuck leveling it. I need the actual one instead of leveling up a crappy one.
Actually, I guess that's not too bad if you pick like the head or the hand, since they're always gonna have the same main stat.
Yeah, I wouldn't craft any of those. I'd be like, I'm not crafting that. The only ones I would craft are probably body if you need like a crit damage, crit rate body. Feet if you need speed, because God forbid you ever get fucking speed in this game. And then I think on rope, energy regen, because that never fucking pops up either.
That's the rarest one.
It is.
Out of every single, out of every single stat thingy for every relic, energy rope is the rarest.
I'm so fucking mad about it. I'm so dumb.
I pulled a couple, but I don't even know if I need it. Like the people I use, I never see it saying like, oh, you need energy regen rope.
Bronya needs it and Ting Yung needs it.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I don't have any characters like those two, who like, their whole point is to give someone energy, right, for their ult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anyone like that.
Not even Yukong?
She doesn't do that.
Really?
Nope. She buffs. Nothing with energy.
No, but I mean like she might buff, but I mean.
Oh, like if she needs the rope.
Like yeah, do you want the ult to get to the ult faster? Because you might need energy regen to get to the ult fast.
Maybe. I don't really think so, because she gets her ult very fast.
Let me check. I'll check on the site that I usually go to. Cause I have it open right now. I was in the middle of this fucking relic shit, so I'm like, I may as well. There's Yukong.
Let the valuation begin.
Well, lucky for you, it seems like you got an easy set to build her with. Because apparently it's recommended to do 2 Musketeer and 2 Wastelander of Banditry Desert, whatever the fuck it's called. The imaginary set.
That's what I've been doing for Big Don.
She runs Broken Keel for the planetary sets.
I don't think I got that.
Well, Broken Keel is... The thing is, I would never craft Broken Keel, only because Broken Keel and Brilliant Arena are both in the same fucking thing, and people say that that's the best planet to grind for at the moment.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the final one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like if you're a DPS character, you would want the Brilliant Arena.
It says here that you, for the rope, you would want either energy regen or attack percentage.
Does it say which one is like the priority over the 2?
For the main stat, not too sure. I guess it's just a preference thing.
It just says either or.
Yeah, because it tells me like what are the main ones you want to go for. To be honest, she seems like a very flexible character because she has a bunch of pieces that are like this or that. Like for body, it says you should go for crit rate or HP percentage. And then for feet, it says speed or attack percentage.
Risk warning.
HP percentage is super weird.
Most of the time it's because support units, they get like, if they get hit, they die really easily in the later content.
Hmm.
So it's why they always recommend making them a little bit tanky. Like Bronya, a lot of her stats are like, you should go for defense or HP. That's only if you want to build Bronya to be a bit more tanky.
All things in this world.
Ting Yung needs it, because Ting Yung for some reason gets targeted a lot. Because certain characters have like a high like target value.
Yeah.
So she gets targeted a lot and she dies easy because her defense isn't that great. Oh, it says here, look, you would rather build, you want to do speed tuning before DPS. Crit rate and crit damage are equal in value depending on what your crit rate and crit damage is. Over attack percentage. And then it says build tank stats, HP/defense, at lower investments. Build effect resistance to 30 if you're running Broken Keel, because Broken Keel's passive effect. That's another thing. In this game, unlike Genshin, like, the passive stats of the planetary stuff matters. Like, you need to have certain stats at certain thresholds.
Yeah. I'm kind of dealing with that with Big Don. Like, the Rulian Era Arena one says you need to have 70 for the thing to activate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta fuck around with like the actual like armor pieces to make sure I have 70.
So
it sucks because like I want to get more higher crit damage, but it's like, oh, if I do this, I'll have less than 70, so the sphere won't activate.
for me, it's not as big of a problem for Jing Liu because of the state she goes into.
I saw that. Yeah, when I did her story quest, it says that the state she goes, she gets a higher crit rate, right?
I have it maxed out, so I'll tell you what it is. It increases her crit rate by 50%.
That's nuts.
When she's in that state.
Yeah, so you don't need high crit rate then. That's crazy.
And I
Or as
already
high.
have her. I have her crit rate at 34%. So the second she enters it, she gets the buff. So stupid.
Did you ever pull on that banner again for QQ or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I almost
At
got
the-
ambushed.
At the moment, I have 9 tickets and 20k gems.
That's a lot. That's a lot more than me. I'm fucking broke.
How broke are you?
I wish I could transfer my fucking Genshin gems to this game. Because Genshin, I haven't been pulling anything because I don't really like. Well, besides Nouvellette, but I missed on him again.
Today's the day that we get the Archon.
I wanted to ask you, remember when you talked about you wanted to try the co-op stream or whatever the hell?
Yeah.
Quick divination.
I want to see if we could actually do that or not. Like, what if we did that while we pull?
I wouldn't mind. But again, what's it called? Didn't you say you have to be affiliate?
Yeah, that's what I remember, but that was also around 2020 or 2019. It was around Among Us. It's been years, so I don't know if that's changed or not.
I think what sucks is that I really do want to get Risley C1, but I really shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Depending on the amount of pulls we have, then yeah, it'd be a huge gamble.
I mean, I already calculated it. I have enough to guarantee 1 5-star, but that's if I win the 50-50. So it ain't worth it. And again, this also depends. This is going based off of right now, like today, like not later on. Like later on, I could get more gems, but who knows if I'll have enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm stupid. I had skill points.
Sad times.
The thing with like this game and Genshin, the whole relic thing is different. The one cool thing about Genshin is since you have that extra, it's 5 pieces, and for the set bonuses you only need 4, right?
Yeah, you can. It's flexible with one of them.
Yeah, so one of them could just be a random ass piece, or whatever. Like, oh, this is like you want to use this relic, but it has the main stat that your guy wants.
The thing is, supposedly, from what I keep hearing, even though I'm the type who just ignores it because I don't really care. I prefer to get my bonus. People say to ignore set bonuses for the most part in Star Rail and just focus on the stats, except for the rope and the planet. Those two actually kind of matter compared to the main sets.
Oh, really? They say so. Don't even go like for matching the set. Go for if you have the stat or whatever it is.
Yeah, the best substats.
I can't do
And
that.
main
No way.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I can't. I feel dirty.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
This is disgusting. I'm supposed to wear a cowboy hat, not this fucking knight's armor.
It doesn't feel right. It's kind of the same with because I know, for example, like let's say, oh, I want to build Himiko and I want to get the best Himiko, right? Well, people would recommend not using her light cone. Well, fuck that. This is Himiko's light cone. I'm gonna put it on Himiko.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same if I had it.
It feels gross. I don't want to do that.
Do you know what time when the next banner for Genshin drops? Oh shit, I wasted that.
Should be in like, well, now it's about to be 2, so 2 hours because it's I think at 4.
Oh whoa, what the hell? That's early. Like I remember when it was for the guy you pulled, it was like at night or something like that.
Well, it might be at night because I don't know if they're gonna update the game or whatever. But the banner, Risley's banner disappears in the next 2 hours, basically. Which means I have 2 hours to make my decision of whether I want to regret my life decisions or not.
Oh, pull for him or not?
Because the thing is, I could pull for him, and then if I lose the 50-50, that means I get a guarantee. But then I have to work out my primos again.
Right.
Very stressful. Very stress-inducing for developers that say they don't want to give anxiety to their players.
They say that?
Yeah, remember I told you I sent you that article where they're like, we don't want to add endgame to Genshin because it would make people's anxieties too much or whatever.
I remember the article, but I don't remember that was the response.
Yeah.
It's fucking gacha.
Exactly.
Doesn't gacha itself include anxiety no matter what?
There's also FOMO in general, like, hey, there's an event coming. If you don't do it, you miss out on all these rewards. That's not stress-inducing. No, never. So Jeff, why do you hide things from me?
What do I hide?
Why don't you tell me things?
Hey, you. Time to check your
About what?
risk warning.
I think you know what. I mentioned it in our last conversation, and you didn't say a word to me.
Is it Spidey?
No, it's not Spidey.
The market always fluctuates.
What else did we talk about?
I mentioned that there was something that reminded that was ironic because it was in Spider-Man, but it was also in another game that I've been currently playing. And then I mentioned that game, but then you never mentioned something that you were doing with said game.
Hey, you lost me already. My brain's fried.
Good.
What? This is messed up.
All things in the
No, what's messed up is that you didn't tell me that you decided to try out Nikke.
Oh yeah.
I brought it up during the Spider-Man talk. That I was like, oh, the whole thing of going out on your own terms. And I mentioned the Nikke thing, but then you never said that you were playing Nikke.
I think it was literally that day I played it. So it was funny you brought it up, I remember. But I didn't want to interrupt the conversation for what I remember. Like the flow.
So you got farther than what that video showed, or no?
Only chapter 2. I haven't gotten that
So-
far.
it came together.
I think now you're starting to understand what I mean by like the game feels like a mobile game.
Yes, it is.
It is not like you know Genshin or Star Rail. It's definitely a mobile game.
It's fucking confusing. Well, to
So-
me, I guess because I haven't played a mobile game in a fucking long time.
Well, I like for example, Fate. Fate feels like a mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't classify it as a full-on video game.
Garbage.
Exactly.
I hate when you're doing like the relic hunting and you don't even get the fucking set you want. You get the other set.
Dude, that happened to me with Jing Liu's because you need the like. So I want the ice set because I can't do the quantum since I don't have Silverwolf. And I keep getting the stupid bird set, and I'm like, I don't want the wind set. Give me the ice set. Fucking hate it.
Plain as hell.
It's why people go like, if it's starting out with relic hunting, they usually like go, hey, go for relics that are good for multiple characters.
Sure, but I feel like there's not much.
Yeah, it's very hard to decide.
Like the one I could
the-
think of for sure was the one with the cowboy hat and the healing one.
Yep.
That
that's
one's
the one
not
I was
bad.
gonna mention. That and obviously the last world in Simulation Room.
Yeah.
But so what'd you think of Nikke?
It is definitely mobile. I don't understand what to do with the amount of stuff you get.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of like, you know, in this you got the tickets,
Yep.
regular or the
Yep.
special one. You got
Yep.
Jade that goes into the ticket,
Yep.
Trailblaze power, and then I think that's it.
Yep.
But then Nikke is like, there's a bunch of shit I see that it keeps giving you. I'm like, I don't know what this does.
It's pretty straightforward once you understand it. It's actually, I guess it's a lot more straightforward than it would be here. Since you just started, you typically want to focus on leveling up your 5-star. And actually, sorry, my bad. No, you want to level up your 4 stars. And you want to make sure they hit max level.
Why them and not the 5-star?
Okay, so the way it works in Nikke is that the top 5 units you have,
Risk warning.
depending on who you put in this, because I don't know if you unlock the main base or not.
I think I stopped playing when I just did. You're talking about the outpost?
Yeah, that.
Uh-huh.
So at some point you'll unlock a synchro thing where it synchronizes everybody's levels. But you have to put in the units for it.
Things in this world have
So
creation.
your top 5 units will automatically be the ones that it'll sync to. Now you're gonna get purples. You're gonna max out every single purple unit in the game. No joke. You'll pull so often that you'll just max it out. So pick your best or the ones that are the best of the purples, because they can go up to level I think 100 and I think 60. I can't really remember what
Jesus.
level it was. It was either level 100 and something, like a level 150, 40, around there. Because in order to go high levels, you need to get the most copies of them. And you're not gonna have, like for example, I think without copies, a 5-star can only reach level I think 80.
Okay.
So you get it, like if you were to level up all your 5-stars, right? If you were to level them up completely, they would only go up to 80. Therefore, if you leveled up 5-5-stars, they only have 1 copy of each. They'll all be at 80, and the highest level you can get up to is 80.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you had maxed out copies of 4-stars, they can all get up to level 160.
So do you not want to use a team of 5-stars then?
You do, because so here's the thing. Like I mentioned, the synchro area, right? So what you do is that you place your 5-stars into the synchro area, and they push their level past the cap that they're at because it synchronizes with the 4-stars.
Oh, so if you do it that way, you wouldn't need the copies then?
You're still gonna need the copies in the long run. Remember, this was ages ago. Remember when I told you the one thing that sucks about this game is that there is something called the 160 wall that a lot of players get fucked up at. That they still haven't fucking changed for the life of me. So the 160 wall, the reason why they call it that is because you're gonna be stuck at 160 for quite a while. Because what you need is 5 max limit broken 5-stars. Because if you look at your purple units go only up to 2 stars. Whereas the 5-stars, they go up to 3. And they're able to hit level, I think, 200 or some shit. Once you have all their copies maxed out. And you need that in order to like fully, because once you get all 5 of them like maxed out, the synchronization thing just goes, okay, now you have unlimited levels to go up. Once you get all 5. And that's why it's called like the 160 wall.
The consequences are mine to bear.
And you wouldn't be able to do that at all with the 4-star?
No, because the 4-stars only go up to 160 at max.
Okay.
At some point, like your 5-star, you'll get like, so I think it's 3 copies total to get to the same level. Because you get the first one that has no stars. Then the next copy and the next 2 copies are up to 2 stars. So you would be at, oh, okay, now you're at 160. So you would take out your 1 4-star and you would put in your 5-star instead. And then it's like, okay, you're slowly building up to get past that wall. But like I said, the problem is you need 4 copies of each 5-star. And that's, what is that? That's 4 times 5. That's 20 copies of 5-stars, and they have to be the exact same character.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's
That's asking a lot.
It's why a lot of people have that 160 wall problem. However, since you're playing during the anniversary, if you're able to get multiple copies of a character called Young Snow White, which I think you got for free. You got 1 copy of her for free.
Yeah, I was surprised because it says she's a pilgrim.
Yes.
And I remember
it's a
you
free
saying
pilgrim.
pilgrims were like the best units.
She is one of the best units. But yeah, she is one of the best units. I would suggest building her. Because you will max limit breaker because the event gives you 3 copies of her. Sorry,
that's pretty good.
4. So you already have 1 unit that's max limit broken. So that means you only need 4 more units.
Through you.
Well, not 4 more units. You need 20, right? No, not 20. 4 times 4.
16.
That would, yeah, you need 16 5-star units, but they have to be the exact copy. They do give you a free 5-star, I think, for you. Do you have an event where it gives you a character called Privity?
I don't remember.
It's a blue-haired girl who's completely, like, she's dressed in, like, a white outfit, but she has blue pigtails.
I have not gotten anyone like that.
Okay, then I think the event might have been done, because Privity's a really good unit. They give you her for free.
Heaven's surge. Break.
That might have been at the beginning of the game, when it first came out. Oh, and during your video, you mentioned the what is it, the relic thing where you find it on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you remember how you were like, oh, there's a number in the corner, so luckily it tells you how many there are in the area.
Yeah.
When the game first came out, it didn't tell you shit.
Let the valuation
So
go nuts.
you have to try to guess how much there was or look it up.
The game would tell you if you got them all,
World cleansing.
but
Know
it
how
would
many?
never tell you. Yeah, it would never tell you how many there are. It was a big problem.
The market is unpredictable.
But yeah, for the most part, the game's very straightforward. You have your standard tickets. You have your standard tickets. You have your limited tickets. You have your gems, and that's it. There's no two different gem thing, except for I think paid gems, where it tells you, oh, this is a paid gem, which you can use on like a special banner, but that's about it. And then there's the friendship gem things, which if you have a friends list, you can pull on a specific banner that uses the friendship gems to pull on. But that friendship banner thing has a lower pull rate.
Lower as in the rate to get is harder than the normal banner?
Yeah.
Ah.
Surge. Rise.
But yeah, it's also the grinding for equipment, which again you're not gonna need to worry about. To be honest, equipment you don't need to worry about till you start reaching like really high levels, just like I guess Genshin or whatever, or Star Rail.
Yeah.
And the equipment thing isn't as much of a pain in the ass as in Genshin or Star Rail. It's pretty straightforward. Like there aren't specific sets, really. There's not anything like that.
Awaken, Thornscape. World
It's
cleansing.
just, hey, there's like, cause each Nikke is from like a company, so there's equipment that will be marked like, hey, this is for Elysian units.
Oh, that's how
like,
it's
okay.
determined?
Heaven's surge.
Yeah, because I saw some equipment is like, oh yeah, this person can't wear it.
So, okay, so there's 3 types of equipment, which is attacker, supporter, defender. And then there's, like, the only difference between, let's say, a regular defender piece and a Elysian defender piece is that the Elysian defender piece gives bonus stats to an Elysian unit. That's it.
Hmm.
But there's only 3 different types of pieces, just supporter, defender, and attacker, that's it. And that's dependent on the class of the unit.
Okay.
Only defenders can wear defender pieces, but anybody can wear a defender Elysian piece. It's just that if you give it to somebody who's not an Elysian, they don't get the bonus stats.
Would you even want to do that?
Not necessarily. There's no real reason to do that because the game gives you a lot of equipment.
Hmm.
Also, this game doesn't have an energy system.
Oh right, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, when I was playing it.
Because the game is, how do you call it? People call it an idle game, where it's like,
Well, that's why I thought it felt super mobile, because it's
Yeah.
like Star Rail kind of has the auto battle thing you could do,
mhm.
but this one I could see being like, yeah, there's a lot of options you could do where you're not really playing, kinda.
It's why I like playing it.
Because you're not playing.
There are times like so if you're getting into like the meta stuff, like obviously you can manual play it. Uh, because there are moments like, for example, let's say you're doing the story and like your power is lower than what the recommended power is. You might need to actually play the game and like tell your units, hey, attack the boss, because sometimes on auto they won't attack the boss, they'll attack the mini units first.
Yeah, it's the same with Starro when you do the mirror thing on the train.
Yeah, exactly. It's why it's like, yeah, there are times, most of the time you're going to be autoing, but you can also manual it. And there's people who just like to manual it for the sake of manualing it. I auto because I just prefer it. It makes it easier for me to play the mobile game. But what else was it? Oh, right, so the energy thing. So the only thing that's like an idle thing is the thing that like gives you equipment, experience, money, and core dust, which is the thing in the corner that just builds up over time. And then you just redeem it and it's like, okay, I get a bunch of shit for free. The rest of it is more like, hey, you come here every day, you do your thing, and then that's it. Like simulation room is a thing. I don't know if you've unlocked that.
Yeah, I only have one of it though, I think.
Yeah. So luckily they made simulation room way easier than they did before, because before you would have to do every single room to fucking do it every day, and people hated that. Now you could just skip to like the final level that you've completed, and then you just get all the rewards from that final level.
Oh.
Then there's interception, which I don't think you have unlocked that yet.
Nah, it doesn't sound familiar.
Interception is awesome. Interception is you fight a boss and you can quick play it. So once you beat the boss and you reach the highest threshold of damage, you just hit quick play and you don't have to do it 3 times at all. You just automatically get the rewards twice. Then there's the PvP mode, which is the arena mode. And then there's the tower mode, which tower you can only do 3 times a day. Again, that's for specific companies. And then there's the regular tower, which you can do as much as you can. Just climb as high as you could. And that's basically it. There's campaign and then there's the event.
In the
But
event,
for
if you want
you-
all the stuff in an event, you gotta do it before it ends, right?
Yeah. They did improve it where you can experience the event, but you won't get the rewards from the event.
Wow, imagine if Genshin had that.
Yes.
Actually, I
the
kind of remember you brought that up a long ass time ago when you talked about
Yes.
Nikke the first time.
Because luckily they've noticed that some of these events are really important to the story, like the half anniversary event, where it tells you like a prequel story to like the main, like how we got there, to the main, to one of the big squads. And if you don't have that story, like for example, if right now it's the anniversary event, and that half anniversary event gives you so much context for some of the stuff that happens in this event. Actually, no, it doesn't. Wait, my bad. That if you were to play this and then that event, you'd be playing it in order. But since I played the other event before, it goes, okay, this is what it was like before it all went to shit.
Wait, you're saying so the current event, the order would be this current event and then the one from the half?
Yes.
Oh, that is very weird.
It's because you don't, like, they were giving you backstories to, like, how it all went to shit. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
This is, and then this event is, like, its glory days before it all went to shit. So it's really interesting. But yeah, like, luckily they let you do that. Like, basically the way it works is when you do an event, it gives you, for example, if you were to do this event and you were to complete it, it gives you like a film tape item thing. And if you go to your commander's quarters and you go to, I forgot what it was, I think like the replay center, you can use that film thing and then replay an event and see what happens during those events.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Risk warning. Go. Nappy! The market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Awaken, dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
Also, I don't know what you think about the story since you're early in.
All things in the
Yeah, I'm not that far in, so I can't really talk about it. But
But
how many chapters are there currently?
currently, because they just added 2 more chapters, I believe there's 25 or 26.
Okay, so I'm not. I still got a ways to go then.
Yeah, and plus you have to like level up your units and whatnot. Luckily, they reduced the difficulty for most of the stages now because when it first comes out, the difficulty is a bit high, and then when they release newer chapters, they tend to reduce the difficulty for past chapters.
Awaken, dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
Is there? Do you remember if there's any stuff that's locked
evaluation
like halfway into the story?
What do you
Like
mean,
like that outpost thing. I had to be chapter 2, I think it was, to even get that. Is there anything
Yeah,
like
like-
that later on?
Yeah, like Interception, the thing I mentioned before. They haven't unlocked that yet. For you, since you're a beginner, like they have this school thing. I would recommend wholeheartedly upgrading the shit out of that school thing, because it helps a lot with other stuff in the outpost. That's gonna be your priority. Your priority right now is to focus on getting money and core dust, because EXP is given to you quite a bit.
Heaven sir.
And at some point, EXP kind of becomes irrelevant once you basically pass that 160 wall. But yeah. Core dust and money is what you're going to mainly focus on since you're early. With, obviously, EXP because you need to level up your units.
Hmm. Should I just only level up one? Fuck, this is trash. I'm so bad. I saw imaginary damage boost. I was like, holy shit, yes. And then the stats are fucking trash.
Of course.
God
'Cause why
damn it.
wouldn't it?
I already forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Oh, right. Do you want to level up just one core squad, or would you want to have at least 2?
Just one. Because, like I said, the synchro device thing levels up everybody to the max.
Okay.
Like, it synchronizes your level with what, like, it synchronizes the level of all the units that you put in the synchro thing to the level of your top 5 highest level units.
Liquidation!
Heavens break. Awaken, dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Like, later on, you'll have to try to figure out, like,
Heaven sir.
once you're past that 160 wall, like, figure out which units, like, the thing, if you're asking about which units to build, that's a different thing. Leveling up, you only want 5 units that you level up, and then the rest you'll just put in the synchro material thing, and they'll just level up to whatever level they are at. But building wise, that depends, because in this game there's talents, like that's a thing.
Yeah, I just
have
saw
the-
that the last time I played.
They have their skill 1, skill 2, and then their burst.
Yeah, it's like
that's
Genshin.
gonna be the thing you're gonna need to figure out, because you're gonna need to figure out which units are good, which because the material that you're using for that is from the simulation room, which you can only do
The market is unpredictable.
like once a day.
Investing in victory means playing
So the material you're getting is whatever you got.
Well, actually, that reminded me too. I wanted to ask.
Storm.
With Genshin, you know how the talent materials, the boss stuff,
Yeah.
can you only get a boss material once a week? Like a specific
get-
one?
You don't get boss material from this game.
No, I'm asking for Genshin.
Oh.
Like, you know how in Star Rail, you could do the same boss if you want for your 3 times?
a quick
But
Just
in
one
Genshin, I can't fight, like, say, the wolf 3 times to get his material, right?
No, just once.
So I would have to wait another week if I wanted more wolf.
Yep.
That's bad.
Yeah, people have mentioned this.
That sucks.
Genshin. That's Genshin.
I just got the Al Hatham one. I could finally upgrade him, but I figured out that apparently I can't fight it again. Well, I can fight it again, but not for the material.
Welcome to my problem. My Risley's not maxed out, and it's not by my choice. Because by now I would have had him maxed out if I was able to do the boss 3 times.
It sucks. That's gonna be the same when I get to New Valet's thing.
It's gonna be the same when I get Farina.
Yeah.
And I think what sucks is that from what I heard, Farina uses a new weekly boss's material, so you couldn't even pre-grind it, because the new boss comes out when she comes out.
Well, I could see that being good too, cause then like say if her boss matched with Risley, wouldn't that suck even more? Because that would mean you would have to decide to use that material between the two. But since it's a new one, it'd be like, okay, 2 of your boss of the week, you're guaranteed to have at least a material for both of them.
Yes, but I'd rather have the choice of who I get to use it on. Like, I wish I could do the boss multiple times, and then prioritize which, like, talents I want to use on which character. Because, like, let's say, for example, this is an example. Let's say Farina only has 1 talent that you want to level up to the max, but the other talents are completely useless. Okay, then I'll just level up Farina as high as I can, and then I'll use the rest of it on Risley.
Okay.
Time to check your books.
Whereas, since I can't do the boss multiple times, I have to pick, oh, I can only do it on most likely Farina and not Risley. I just wish they would make it multiple times, man. Give me the freedom of choice.
Warning.
Yeah, that's the best one. Like how Star Rail does it. You already limited to 3 times a week. Come on.
Yeah, right? It's so stupid.
Victory means playing the long game.
If you can only do it once a boss a week, it should be every single boss at the very least. Then, if you want to like cap it.
That's what I do in Star Rail. I just do it once of all the 3 bosses because every character I have needs all 3 boss materials. So I'm like, fuck it, I may as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Although the new planet, we're probably gonna get a new one.
Supposedly in the next update, we're getting a new Relic set.
I saw it. Did you see it?
No. Well,
One of them I know for sure is all about follow-ups.
oh,
That
gee, I
one-
wonder who that's for.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna have to get because I think I have enough people to do follow-ups. Like Clara is really good for follow-ups if you build her.
I wish I had Clara.
Hesitation only breeds chaos.
What's the other one? I'm trying to remember what the other one is. Oh, the other one was damage over time. So like that's like Kafka,
DOT.
Sampo. Yeah.
I wonder what
Things in the
set
creations.
Kafka uses right now. I don't even know what set she uses at the moment.
The planet one, I remember there's one. The main one says something like increase attack by %, but I forgot what the second part is. And then the other one I can't remember, but it probably has to do with the damage over time too.
Heaven, sir. Break.
I wonder if Kafka's gonna shoot up in the ranks because of it.
Steady.
I would like Topaz, but I just can't.
Liquidation.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you even have any follow-up characters?
See, that's the problem. I don't.
Yeah, because I got Clara and Himiko. She works with them. And also, her passive has to deal with the simulated and the swarm, which I do a fuck ton.
But I mean, that's good for anybody. I think most people now, since they beat the game, mostly do that content. Unless you're extreme casual who just likes to do the story, then sure. The only thing you would do is pop in, do your daily, and then leave.
Together as one.
But yeah, or you just play once a week. Like you're probably not even up to the swarm part yet. Like you're playing other stuff, not just this, I guess.
World cleansing dragon. Heaven surge. Break.
So speaking of playing stuff, I beat Spider-Man.
Yes, finally.
Commencing research.
I want to talk about it.
Creations.
Huh.
What does that mean?
I'll start out with a statement, and that'll probably set the tone for the rest of this conversation.
Evaluation begins.
Yeah.
The market is unpredictable.
So,
Investing in victory means playing the long game.
is it people's game of the year?
Are you asking me, or is that a rhetorical question?
Because you said this is gonna win game of the year, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. That would be like my choice that it would.
Heaven surge.
I don't think it will.
What do you think would win Game of the Year then?
I still think it would be Baldur's Gate.
I'd hope, but I don't think so.
Mind to bear.
Now, is it my game of the year?
Oh, look at that! I got an energy rope.
Lucky bastard.
Although I don't
Are
even
the
think
substats
Don
good?
needs this. Chpa. It's not your Game of the Year, is it?
Nope.
Wind.
It is not my game of the year.
Yeah, I figured that.
My game of the
Yeah.
year still goes to Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah, that came out this year.
No joke. I'll say this right now. I enjoyed RE4 more than I did Spider-Man 2.
I mean, I'd say the same with Baldur's Gate.
Dang! I didn't know that.
No, hell yeah, absolutely. Baldur's Gate was better than Spider-Man 2.
And Spider-Man 1 is better.
That's what I told you.
Yeah,
I thought the first game was better.
first game was 100% better.
But online, it's more divisive. Like I see some people saying that this game is better than the first one.
Not
Well,
that
all right.
I-
How about why? Since you just beat it, why do you feel like what's about it that's like, I guess, dragging it down?
It's mostly like story-wise, because the longer I think about it, the more I dwell on it. Like, because when we talked, it was right when I got to like an exciting part, so I was pretty much more positive.
Yeah, you just did the
now-
Venom mission, I think.
Yeah. So now that I sat back, looked at it, thought about it, I was like, okay, there are definitely
The
problems.
market is unpredictable. Investing in
And now I kind of get why people are talking about how safe the game feels. Because Jesus Christ, they could have done more. Like, one of the things that pissed me off about the game is they have this tacked on piece of shit, just like, you can be stealthy,
They'll risk high reward.
and it's the most boring stealth I have done in my life.
Yeah, I
And,
heard
like-
this before. Like when the game was out, people were talking about that in reviews, and I don't get it because I feel like it wasn't any different from the first game.
The first game, you had gadgets that you could use to like make the stealth, like, it basically do it the way you want to do it.
Risk high reward.
Right? Like, it gave you a way to express yourself as a player. Whereas this game, it doesn't feel like that. It's just, hey, if you want to be stealthy, just do the clothesline thing, the fucking
The
web
line
ropes.
to any two walls.
Yeah, which you can do an infinite amount of times, and you could do it anywhere, mostly anywhere. And just that's basic. Or you can go loud and just punch everybody. And the funny thing is, another thing I've noticed is that the stealth in this game sucks ass, because you'll do a line on like a floor that's just like the first floor. Let's just say the first floor of a building. And then right across from the first floor is like some stairs that go up to like a second level. And you'll cross the line that meet with the eye level of that second floor, and nobody will see you.
All things in this
Oh, so you're saying like the AI part doesn't detect you? Like their detection is pretty bad.
It's horrendous. Like you'll have people hanging just a little bit above their head, and like the guy, all he has to do is just look up a little bit,
nation.
and it's just like nah. They're all wearing like baseball caps. They can't see above their eye level. It's really bad. Like really fucking bad. Another thing I have an issue with is just that they have all this traversal stuff in the game. And for
The market is
like,
unpredictable.
I like the lizard boss fight, sure, that's fine. I'll even say that the Kraven boss fight is fine. But like, there is not a single boss fight that uses the traversal shit that they give you in this game. There's no boss fight that uses the wingsuit. There's no boss fight that uses any of the web sling. Like in the first game, when you fight, I think some of the Sinister Six, if not all of them, they give you like an open arena that you swing in, and you fight them, and it actually uses the traversal that you would use in game to actually have combat with them.
Project Wrapped.
Yet in this game, that
what you're
doesn't
talking
seem to
about
be
is
a
what
thing.
I remember the most with like Electro.
Yeah.
I remember swinging around, and Vulture. I remember,
Yep.
yeah, doing a lot more traversal for that fight.
And I'm sorry, but obviously this is stuff we got to talk about, like this positive stuff, but it's mixing it with some of the negative, where it's like, I'm sorry, you gave Venom wings?
That surprised the
So-
hell out of me when that happened. That cutscene. I was like, "What?"
So no shit, I'm like, there's not like you didn't have an opportunity to do that type of boss fight. It's cool, but you never, like, there was nothing to do with that.
I mean, I guess the only boss fight that uses the wingsuit is the first Sandman fight, right? Because it's part of the tutorial while you're fighting him.
Yes, and I've heard people go, why does it feel like the Sandman fight feels like the better end game boss fight than the end game boss fight? I've heard that. I don't necessarily 100% agree. I think it's mixed. I think I liked both, but I get what they're saying.
Investing in victory means
I guess what did you think about the final Venom fight?
Mixed. Like, I liked most of it, but like, if this is what I mean by the developers feel like they played it too safe, where it's like, we gotta make sure that Miles fights Venom, even though he has nothing to do with Harry. He talked to him like one time, but you know, everybody needs to play their part. Mary Jane needs to have a scene.
So I remember before when we talked about it, what was it? You brought up the fact about like Peter doesn't pay attention to Miles or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember in the back of my mind, I was thinking about like, wait, I want to tell you when he beat the game. I felt like in this game, Miles kind of feels tacked on.
100%.
Like it feels like he doesn't have a lot to do in the game. It feels like.
I agree, and that was one of my other issues.
Yeah, I don't know
100%.
if I was like misinterpreting that, I guess, when I was playing the game, but it really felt like it feels like Miles cannot even be here and the game would still happen, kind of.
I'm trying to hold back my fucking anger because we're going to a part that I fucking despise.
Oh man.
Oh, you know what the fuck it is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you. Hey,
let the value
Miles,
liquidation.
why does the city even need me? If it's got you, buddy.
The market is unpredictable.
It's about like the very, very end.
Investing in victory means playing
Near the end, where he has the anti-venom suit, and he like goes, you know what, Miles? I think the city doesn't even need me if it has you. And it's during that scene where I think they're at the city hall and they're like talking or whatever the fuck.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's literally, yeah, when he gets the anti-venom suit. Oh, I want to
I was
talk to you.
just like-
Oh, right. When you talked about when you thought you got spoiled but ended up being the Sandman thing, I thought it was the anti-venom suit you got spoiled.
all things in this
More size.
Jesus.
The anti-venom suit.
Uh-huh.
I don't like it.
What? But it's all gooey.
situation begins.
No, so here's the thing. I love anti-venom. But where's anti-venom? What is he?
Oh, you don't
wait,
like
he's
Peter
just-
has it?
I don't care. I don't mind that Peter has it. I love that Peter has it. But it's not a thing. It's just a suit. It doesn't speak to Peter. It's not its own entity.
Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah. From what I can tell, it's just a suit that gives you basically this black suit, but yeah, it doesn't have its own thoughts or whatever.
and it's stupid because I thought it would have been cool if it was like an actual parasite that wanted to be itself and wants to go against Venom because it wants to do good. Because that's the whole point of Anti-Venom. He wants to be a good guy. Like somehow it may have like fused with Peter's thoughts or like his sympathy or something, and nope, that doesn't happen. It's just a suit. Even though the Dr. Connors even said it, it's still the parasite. Like it's part of the parasite that's still in him.
I mean, I guess they could go back on that in a future game, and then if they wanted to, like, explain more on it. You get what I mean? Like, they could, like, later on retroactively give it, like, a background being like, oh, this thing is, like, a symbiote suit.
That's if they bring back Peter because of that ending.
Right.
Which I also fucking hated because then immediately after the first set of credits, they introduce Dr. Octavius and Norman Osborn, who still has more stakes with Peter than they do with fucking Miles.
Yeah. Well, Norman still wants to know who the Miles Spider-Man is. Because he asked about the two Spider-Men.
It's like, obviously, the stakes are still higher with Peter. And that ticked me because I was excited, but I was like, wait. Also, it was confirmed by the developers that their main Spider-Man, because they went on and said this in an article, that their main Spider-Man is Miles.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. Like a few days ago after we talked last time. It's like going forward, the main Spider-Man will be Miles.
And I don't like that. Because I can tell that it's mostly for bullshit like, oh, Spider-Verse is popular, so we gotta make No, fuck off. You didn't do the work. You didn't put in the effort. The Miles game sucked ass story-wise. It was fucking garbage.
Oh, what? You didn't like it?
No, the Tinkerer's a shitty villain.
Oh no, I agree with you there. But I did like parts of the story.
I'm not saying all the story's bad. I'm saying the main thing about it, like, the villain who's just like, I just want to get rich, and then it's like, oh no, by the way, the actual main villain, the Tinkerer, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, I would say that's the weakest part of that game, but I thought everything else, well, there was actually other stuff that was pretty weak.
That's the problem, and it's just like, it's because the Tinkerer is like if it's your main villain, it's the main crux of the story, and if that fails, a lot of other parts of the story begin to fail.
Sure.
And that was my main issue. Like, I had fun playing it. It's not like I didn't. It's just, man, you guys want to push Miles, but you're not putting in the work for Miles. If anything, Peter seems to get still a lot of work. And that's another thing I have an issue with. I fucking hate Peter during the ending of this fucking game.
In what way? Like, what specifically?
Easy. Take a shot every time Peter goes, I'm sorry! I apologize! I'm sorry! And I'm like, what the fuck is this nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he apologizes to fucking Harry multiple times. He apologizes to Mary Jane a shit ton of times.
Well, they had their own boss fight to hash out there. I guess their affairs.
Ah, yes. With the amazing dialogue that I fucking couldn't stand.
Dude, some of that's fucking funny, though. What was it? She says something like... Is it like, you can't even hold a job, and you're expecting me to pay the mortgage? Something like that. I was like, oh, damn.
It's
like, we're digging deep.
It's such cringy dialogue, man.
That's fucking... I loved it.
No, it's funny, but it's like, who the fuck wrote this? It's so fucking bad. And then you have Peter apologizing. He's like, I can't. I love that boss fight. That boss fight was cool, but god damn it.
What is the best boss fight in the game?
For me, if I'm being dead honest, probably Sandman.
Damn, the very first one, huh?
Nothing really tops it. Oh my god, I just remembered. Because I was thinking about the boss fights, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is Miles' suit at the fucking end that I couldn't
I was
take
waiting
off?
for you to talk about it.
What a piece of shit.
Oh
Inserted
my god.
advertisement garbage suit.
I'm so surprised you didn't get that spoiled. Because I saw that all over Twitter.
Hey, did you know this is sponsored by Adidas?
Yeah,
Would you
I
like to
just
buy
learned
some
about
fucking
that. Like,
Adidas?
I think like either yesterday or the day before, I just learned about it because someone posted something in an interview and also the product merch like on their page.
You know what's funny? You wanna know what's hilarious?
Uh-huh.
I have the PlayStation app, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awaken dormant scales.
And I hadn't been in the game yet. And I went to the PlayStation app and I saw, oh, you can get a little item thing. You know how there's those little item things that you can get to put on your trophy wall or whatever the fuck that stupid thing is in the app?
Oh, on the app. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I was like, oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. Why did they put this shoe here? Why is this shoe thing here? I don't get it. Now I get it. It's a fucking Adidas hat.
I guess it's multiple because obviously Miles' new suit, all of that is like an actual product you could buy. But I know when the game came out, that trophy thing you talked about, they gave you a shoe that's based off the white Spider-Man suit,
Right.
like the Insomniac suit, I guess. That's not in the game, I think. I think it's just based off that suit.
Also, second from shitting on the game because I'm trying not to, like seriously. But
Oh, really?
the anti-venom suit does look cool. I'm gonna put that out there.
I like
The
it.
way it looks.
The strength.
But my god, man. I was like, what the fuck is this suit? It's fucking disgusting.
The Miles one, right? I was wondering what people's thoughts were gonna be, but it looks like maybe not universally, but like 80% maybe of people on Twitter hate that fucking suit.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
It's super funny.
Investing in victory, playing the long game.
It's weird to me because like the colors are Spider-Man, like black, red, blue. That's what
Right.
Spider-Man's OG colors are. But I guess the way, I don't know what you would say, but it's just so off-putting.
His stupid hair sticking out of his fucking head.
Scales.
Yeah.
Delve hidden moon.
Although that could work. Like, remember Spider-Verse, the Indian Spider-Man?
I mean, it looks fine on him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it could work.
I don't know. To me, it just didn't look good.
I don't know. But I'm assuming they're also not going to change it going forward.
They probably should, because it looks like shit.
Risk high
Because remember the whole face change? They still kept their stance on that for the PS4 game.
I can't wait for them to backpedal on it, and then in the cutscene, Peter will be like, "What? What happened to the old suit?" It just wasn't my thing.
There was really, story-wise too, there was no reason for Miles to have that new suit.
There wasn't. It was so out of nowhere for no reason.
Like, I think story-wise, the only thing you could really say is because since Peter got a new suit, Miles was like, oh damn, I want a new one too.
You just reminded me of a cutscene that I fucking didn't like either, and I thought it was fucking stupid.
go Nappy.
So, in this fucking part, where Peter has to go save Harry, and he has to go in this cave part to get the stupid moon piece. I think it's during this scene. I'm pretty sure it's this scene where he has to go get the moon piece. He tells Peter, "Wait up, don't go in. I'm gonna go save my fucking death girlfriend or whatever."
Yeah, uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, you could tell Peter's in a hurry. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then Miles goes, sees that she's kind of okay, because it's a community of people, But then Miles proceeds to have a whole like 5-minute signing like chat with his girlfriend the whole time going, I love you, you're so cool, you're awesome. Meanwhile, Peter's like, I need to go in. And Miles is there talking the whole time, flirting with this chick. Hey, wanna go on a date? And I'm just like, dude!
Hey man, he's a teenager. Come on, you can't blame him.
I can. Because Peter doesn't fucking do that. You know what Peter does with Mary Jane? He either doesn't say anything, goes thanks, and then leaves, or kisses her real quick, then leaves.
Well, they're adults. They got past the teenage, you know,
Even
hormones flying everywhere and stuff.
During the teenage time, that didn't happen. Peter's like, I gotta save people. It was so stupid. Oh my god.
You know, you just reminded me of the one thing, like with Peter basically handing the torch to Miles. To me, that felt a bit weird just because, remember in the beginning of the game, like, it seems like the main theme of the game is balance, right? Because Peter's life is like he's doing too much at once.
Mm-hmm. God.
And it's so weird to me that he gives Miles, I guess, becoming Spider-Man, but isn't he gonna deal the same thing as Peter dealt with as when he started with Spider-Man? You know, like fucking up with his personal life?
Okay. So you just reminded me of another reason I was angry about this game. Because, you know, I'm a very big advocate for, like, I think what I usually say is like an echo or like a bookend for stories where it's like there's a lot of symbolism in the story that keeps talking about balance, balancing your life, making sure that both sides of it are balanced. And they mentioned it quite a few times. It's not just at the beginning. And at the end of the fucking game, Peter goes, yeah, I'm done. I'm just fully going to be a civilian now. You can come to me for advice or whatever, and you can go ahead and deal with it. And Miles is also talking about balancing, and yet his thing is, nah, I'm just going to be Spider-Man now. The whole time.
Yeah, that's so weird to me just because throughout the game, well, for Miles, you see him having to like ditch events or friends because of his Spidey thingy.
Yep.
Well, that's not going to change. Like, nothing changed for that. It's
like,
still going to be like that.
what should have happened was that it should have been when Peter needs to do his job, he would call Miles, and Miles would help. And then when Miles needs to be with his friends, he would call Peter, and then that's how you would balance both of their lifestyles. So they both have time for things, because one would cover the other when they're not able to do things.
Yeah, that seems like the best thing.
But no, that doesn't happen. Instead, fuck Peter Parker. Miles is the main Spider-Man. And fuck the whole, like, actual lesson we're trying to teach here of balancing your life.
Yeah, from the ending of the game, to me it seems like the only reason Peter would come back as Spider-Man is for, like, a big event, basically. I don't want to say Avengers level threat, but like if Doc Ock came back or Green Goblin finally comes back or comes in, I guess.
Speaking of oh, by the way, now that you mentioned it, let me just say real quick before I go back to what I was about to say. I'm gonna lose my shit if in whatever the next game is, they bring back Peter just to deal with either a Doc Ock or a fucking his shit, just as like a little moment, and then he's just gonna fuck off afterwards. That would piss me off, because you could have done that with Miles here, and they didn't fucking do it. They needed Miles to take the spotlight alongside Peter, even though it made no sense. They couldn't do that with Miles, but they'll do it with Peter.
I sense a storm.
But the other thing that I was gonna mention. So Peter tends to deal with street level issues, right?
Yeah.
So is it still street level if most of New York is covered in symbiote tendrils and no other fucking superhero shows up?
Well, they explained it. The Avengers are doing.
But what do they do? What's that problem?
I don't know. They're dealing with some event at That's why they're not there.
They never clarify what the event is.
I don't think they do. But the funniest thing is, I remember the game does explain where the Avengers are. But what was so funny to me was the fact that And you brought it up before. When doing the Black Cat mission, Doctor Strange and Wong are back from vacation. So they're in the city.
It's so stupid. It's like I said,
Garbage.
I'm starting to understand what people mean by safe. Because they could have done more. There's a lot of parts in this game where it's like, stuff could have been... Like, here's another thing I never realized. Apparently in the first game, when you get a suit, it gives you a power.
Yeah, it does.
They completely removed that in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that pretty weird. And I already mentioned in our last conversation that the power-up section was very restrictive. Because I'm like, if you're going to have me swap between powers, why not just have the whole thing swappable? So I'm able to put whatever powers I want to put in whatever button. Don't understand that. What was another fucking... Oh, I gotta look at my notes. We already talked about the Mary Jane turning into symbiote, which I thought was pretty neat. Because she turned into like an actual established symbiote.
Yeah.
The name is like Scream, I think?
I think it is, yeah.
Was that Mary Jane in the comics or no?
I'm pretty sure no.
Oh, well, since I mentioned Mary Jane. I don't like the fact that Mary Jane was in the ending.
You mean the literal end where Peter tells Miles he's retired?
No.
Or you mean the final boss part?
The final boss part.
Oh.
How does this lady just go in with a gun and deals with all these symbiotes, grabs the rock...
Oh, you just remind me. I remember what I wanted to talk about. It was before you moved on. What did you think about the whole like city turning into the symbiote?
I thought that was pretty neat.
I felt like that was so out of like rushed to me. It's like, oh, okay, we're dealing with this. Okay.
I can get that. I understand.
It felt like I don't know. It felt like I was playing the game and then out of nowhere it does a 180 and I'm playing Web of Shadows.
That makes sense.
It's like, okay, I wouldn't mind, but if it was more, we gradually went here.
It's very much that the thing that happened with Harry where he's like, I'm going to heal the world, so he infects everybody with a symbiote, so he does the whole tendril thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get it.
I just didn't like it. Like it was so fast. I think that was my problem with the game in general. Because I remember I talked about this with Craven too. I felt like everything that happened, I felt like there was not enough time to breathe.
So I've turned around on that opinion. 100%, Craven was done terribly.
Yeah, okay. What made you change? Because I remember, yeah, last time you basically saw what Craven did, and you said you were alright with it.
Because I thought about it for a second. I literally thought about it for like a fucking... Like, I was like, wait a sec. Has Craven ever had goons before? I don't recall.
It's usually... I mean, he probably has, but you usually see him on his own.
And I was like, this doesn't make much sense. The man wants to hunt, and yet he has other people gathering them and putting them in a thing. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense from a Craven perspective. And then I watched the video, and then someone mentioned an amazing idea that they could have done with Craven. Like, you know how like in the game, as you do more things, like certain like side missions change depending, like for example, like I forgot this girl's name, the cop who turned a vigilante.
Yuri.
So Yuri will show up in the random civilian like rescuing missions and help you out.
Yeah, that's
you
the same
met her
with like
already in the
Miles
story.
too.
Right. So I
Peter.
think Craven should have been a person that randomly will show up.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. Cause you remember in
Yep.
Arkham Knight
Mm-hmm.
with where everyone got universally jump scared by the Man Bat.
Yep.
I thought we were gonna get something like that with Craven, where he would just randomly pop up.
That's another thing I've been hearing a lot online. People have been comparing this game to the Batman games, and people have been going, this is how you fucking do the game correctly, and they've completely fucked it up. Because they're like, a lot of shit that happened with, like, in the Batman games, they always improve. whereas this game feels very safe and samey, and not enough of an improvement over the last game.
Okay.
And I agree, they played it safe. Like, they played it pretty generically, where it's like, where I'm starting to understand what people mean, like, oh yeah, Kraven just has an army of people, and you fight all these people. It's just like, because they needed, you know, mob enemies to fight. But it's like, then why did you pick Kraven as the guy who would have this? Why not? I don't fucking know. Like, we barely spent any time with Kingpin. Just make Kingpin have random thugs or some shit, and then have Kraven attack you out of nowhere, and then later on introduce the symbiote issue.
I think the only Kingpin interaction you have is the beginning of the first game, and then one scene after doing a side mission for Miles.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's it. Or hell, just pick anybody else. Fucking Taskmaster makes a bit more sense than fucking Kraven. Because Taskmaster's been known to have goons.
I think, to me, I don't mind that it's Kraven, but I felt it. I remember saying it before. He just didn't do a lot.
Yep.
Like, a lot of the people he does hunt, like, he does kill people. Like, Scorpion's dead, Vulture's dead.
Apparently Shocker might be dead.
Yeah, I saw that too. But the thing I hate is just like we don't experience that. It's just told to us, and it's like, eh. Feel like, all right.
So, speaking of like the Avengers and other heroes and stuff, the thing that made me like not like I get it, but I was like, I don't. Why Mary Jane at the end? Like, you wrote out Black Cat, who could have easily done this thing, cause she's a fucking thief. She could have helped them, and I get it. Black Cat tends to be selfish. I understand that completely. But there are times where Black Cat helps Peter, especially when the world's going to shit, and she might end up dying herself from it. So, I'm pretty sure this whole, like, New York City tendril event would be enough to be like, hey, would you mind helping us during this thing? Sure. Or Yuri, for example.
Yeah. This explanation is like everyone's problem with like the solo Marvel movies.
What do you mean?
Like, every time in a solo Marvel movie, when there's a like the climax of those movies is like, why the fuck aren't the Avengers here? Like with Winter Soldier, when Shield's compromising their Hydra, I was like, why the fuck isn't Tony helping Captain America? Or like, you know?
Yeah, like, it's why I haven't, like, I'm not hanging on the whole Avengers thing for too long. But, like, you literally introduced Black Cat. Again, you brought her back in, only to write her out, when she could have literally helped with the problem. That's my issue. Or heck, have Yuri do it. You have Yuri already in the story. And don't say, oh, well, some people might not do the flame mission. The flame missions are locked out until you get to certain parts of the story. So I'm pretty sure you could have done the same thing with the main story.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, instead you have John Wick Mary Jane over here, who has like 5 of these fucking missions. Where
she's got training from Silver Sable.
Ah, fucking fuck off.
Silver Sable is like kind of John Wickish.
That's Silver Sable, not Mary Jane.
But if someone chains under John Wick, they would be kind of pretty good with their gun too.
If I was trained by John Wick, I'd probably die before I get finished with training.
Well, no, not like to send you out in crazy ass. Well, I guess Mary Jane technically is being sent out in crazy ass missions. I was gonna say for like self-defense. Plus, I guess another explanation is because she was in what's that country called? Like, both Peter and her go to the Middle East.
I was gonna say the place that what the fuck was this guy's name? The guy with the iron mask, with the green cape. What was his name?
Oh, Dr. Doom.
I thought it was his place.
Nah, that's shit, what the fuck is that place called?
Right. I was like, wait a sec. I thought it was this place.
Damn it.
Sokovia?
No, Sokovia's the Marvel movie, like where Ultron fucking destroyed.
I can't remember. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. They went to that place.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's like an explanation why she's all good with the gun.
I just fucking hated the fact that Mary Jane had to get like inserted into every fucking thing, and I'm like, okay. I'll probably bring up other points I'm mad about, but I'll bring up some points that I have written down that are good and nice about the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's nice about the game?
Carnage.
Yeah, we don't see him.
We don't see him, but he's hinted at for later on, which is nice.
I feel like the game is all about that. Like so many setups.
You mean the soy jack meme where the guy's like pointing and he has his mouth open?
Yeah. Although to be fair, I think the first game was like that too. It's just now I guess it's hitting me more, I guess.
And it's done pretty shiftily compared to the first game where it's actually done pretty well.
The market is unpredictable. Right. Investing in
I guess.
Like there's payoff to some of the stuff that happened in the first game compared to this one.
Scale. World cleansing dragon.
Like, I'll admit this, even though it has nothing to do with like it doesn't necessarily happen. I like the fact that during that Carnage mission, they make a reference to the train scene again.
What do you mean?
Yuri goes, "You know how to deal with trains, right?" And it's because he has to stop the train from ramming into the explosives. And Spider-Man's like, sorta.
Was that because of the first game?
I think it's partially the first game and also the fact that they're referencing the movie again.
Yeah, the movie is what I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the train in the first game.
I think they're referencing the movie.
Also, did you know he was Cassidy throughout the fire missions or not?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, me neither. It wasn't until I saw him hold the symbiote I was like, oh, no fucking duh. Dude's a redhead. How did I not see this?
Awaken dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
all things in the human creations.
Another small thing I like is during those random missions where you're helping civilians with when Miles shows up, you know how there's like a prompt to like thank him?
Yeah, like the other Spidey or whatever.
Yeah.
We sent a storm.
I like that they do the finger point.
Prize.
Yeah, they do.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Awaken dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
I see through you. Converge and awaken. Commencing research. Easy, Numby. Liquidation.
Heaven surge. Break.
I finished the Spider-Bot missions, so that's a thing too.
Also, you saw the end.
I freaked out because I didn't think I'd see a portal that looked like it's from that movie.
Did you understand the scene?
I think something bit me.
I think it's just her talking about Miguel and whatnot.
But do you know who that character is?
Evaluation begin.
I don't think I do.
Well, you wouldn't,
Madam Web.
because she's from a cut scene in the movie.
Wait, what?
That whole mission's supposed to tie into the movie, and that character is supposed to be in the recent Spider-Verse movie, but she got cut. So that whole thing doesn't make sense.
I thought that was Madam Web for a second.
Nope. She's supposed to be, if I remember right what I read, she's supposed to be a character who runs a bar for multiverse villains.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know spider villains or whatnot, but I know it's a bar for villains. But yeah, she got cut, so that whole mission doesn't make sense. And I guess Insomniac is like, oh, we're not just gonna cut this, you know?
Maybe they'll put it in the second part?
Yeah, they probably would.
Because then it wouldn't make any fucking sense.
I was so confused when I did the Spider-Man mission because I was like, what the fuck is this? Then I looked it up, it was like, are you confused? Well, duh, because it doesn't exist in the movie. I was like, oh, okay. I don't
This
feel
is
as bad.
That is so stupid because that doesn't make any like. It's such a like. We did it. We're still gonna do it, and they're like, wait a sec, but we didn't put it in the movie. Oh well, we did it. You told us to do it, and now you took it back. So fuck it, I guess. Okay, I already talked about the anti-venom thing. I did see that coming as we got closer and closer to what anti-venom was, because I was like, he's Mr. Negative. So obviously what would be the reverse or negative of, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a good setup.
What did you think of that mission anyway? Like when they go into Peter.
I thought it was neat. It shows a lot of Peter's inner turmoil.
Well, what did you think of Miles' decision of like how he handled, I guess, Martin Lee?
I think it's weird that he has like, it's like you mentioned, like Miles feels very forced in. It feels very weird that Miles has like this like, oh man, I'm gonna kill him. Ugh, I'm so mad. Cause he doesn't really show that in the Miles Morales game. He never mentions Martin Lee, at least like I think he mentions him like maybe once or twice, obviously because they talk about his dad, but like he never shows like anger towards Lee.
Right.
So it kind of comes out of left field. Like if you were to play the games in order and right when the game comes out or whatever, and then play them all together, it's kind of weird for Miles's like story arc.
I remember during the beginning parts of 2, when you're in that what do you call that? The pier that's breaking and the ship is going to like kill all the civilians.
Yes, I know
I
exactly
remember.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then Miles is like so gung ho on Lee right there. I thought that was so weird. It was like, okay, it looks like he has the black suit. Why are you acting like this, man?
You're not gonna let me die, are you? And then Miles just goes, I'm gonna do my own thing. He just
Jesus.
lets him drown. Lets him drown.
The times are changed.
Like I get that that he's angry about it or whatever, but it was so weird that he was just like, there's a phrase for that, like just so like tunnel vision on Lee, even though there's a bunch of civilians about to be chopped up.
Yeah, no, it's really fucking dumb. I feel like it's a very forced thing. Because like I mentioned before, in Miles's game, he doesn't seem like he's that adamant on revenge or pissed off or any of that. He's never shown to really have an anger issue either during that time. So it's just like there's no arc here. You just made this arc up so that he would have a conflict while Peter has his own conflict.
World cleansing dragon.
You kind of lose your way in the middle of the game. That's another thing I forgot to mention. The pacing in this game is ass.
Yeah, I think that's my problem as well. I mean, that's what I just brought up with the whole Web of Shadows part. But like, out of nowhere.
It's not even just that. Like, you get a fuck ton of boss battles at the later half of the game. The first half, it's like, here's Sandman, and then there's a bunch of shit just that happens in the middle of it. And then you just get hit with boss battle after boss battle after boss battle.
I mean, to be fair, wouldn't the first game be kind of like that since you're fighting the Sinister Six?
I think it's more like you fight a lot of mini bosses throughout the game, and then you fight like their bigger forms afterwards.
You're saying for the first game?
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't feel as weird?
I don't feel like it's as weird.
It's been years since I played it, so I'm not too sure. But you definitely do fight a bunch of bosses near the end since it's all 6.
Also, holy shit! Another thing I forgot to mention that also kind of ticked me off. It's like a good and a bad thing, because it's like near the end. Because I was like I said, I'm 100%ing it. Near the end, Miles gets so many fucking suits, and all of his suits are just amazing.
Yeah, it keeps going with saying that Miles has the best suits.
Dude, I didn't know this, but the man gets like 3 symbiote suits, and they all look fucking dope.
Yeah, they do. The one that I remember in my head is the the black and red one with the swirly of like what the meteorite has.
On his head.
Yeah.
I like that one, but I think my favorite is the one where it has tendrils sticking off all the ends.
I think I remember that one, yeah.
And it's my favorite because you can also put the anti-venom one, and it has like that spiky look that anti-venom has.
Go Nappy!
But I was so pissed, and then I finally do the final EMF mission for Peter. I was like, man, this is the final suit. You have to beat the game to get Peter's suit.
Yeah.
It better be fucking good. And it's a suit that Miles has at the very beginning of the fucking game that you can get early on.
I gotta be honest too, that suit's not great.
I was so pissed.
I don't like
'cause
that
I was
suit.
Like, I don't like it either. It looks stupid. And I was so pissed because I was like, come on, Peter's got to get a really good suit at the end here, right? Because you have all this buildup of I can't do this mission until I beat the game. It better be a good suit. Nah, fuck you. It's a suit that Miles already had at the beginning of the fucking game early on. I was so pissed. Also, I to beat the game faster, this randomly happened because again I couldn't beat the game immediately. I was like at work or whatever. And I was watching YouTube shorts at random. I think when I was going home, and a YouTube short showed me a fucking glitch that the game has. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if they patched that out. So I go home, and I have to do like, sorry, this is the next morning. I finally like start playing the game again. I was like, okay, I'm in a hurry. I want to beat the game, but I also want to 100% it,
Risk warning.
or do most of the activities before I actually finish it. So you have to do the symbiote hives, right?
Yep.
And there is a glitch to legitimately automatically beat the hive after you set up the EMP for it. Like it just beats it automatically.
What the
There's
hell?
no timer. It just skips it.
How?
I have it saved because the trophy popped and it you know how it saves like a small clip?
Oh yeah. Yep. I always turn that off.
No, I have it. So it saved me doing the glitch. So the way it works is you put the EMP down. By the way, this isn't even hard. It's easy because I did it like on my first try. It's not even hard. You just put the EMP in, and what you do is after you turn around and after the monsters spawn in, you immediately just press pause. You go to your costumes, you switch costume, and then you pause again, switch costume again, and then unpause, and it'll automatically just detonate it.
Just immediately? Like not even like it doesn't matter if the enemies have spawned in or whatever?
Yep.
Wow.
It'll just do it. And I did that for like 6 or 7 hives. I was like, cool. I guess I don't gotta do the hive mission.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. I just did it normally.
I guess 100% speed runs are gonna use that strat.
Yeah, although they're not mandatory to beat the game. I guess 100% speedruns.
Yeah, because I was like, wow. And it's not hard. It's not like a timing or you got a whole Nope. I did it. You just pause, switch, unpause, switch again. Got it. Done. There seems to be an issue with this game and its costumes that cause it to bug out. Because that's what the cube glitch happens.
Yeah, that's what yeah, you were in the costume menu when you showed me the picture last time.
Something's up with it, and I have no idea what it is.
It's so weird. Oh wait, when you were beating the game, did you get more glitches or not?
I don't think so.
Easy, Numby.
I wonder if you did. Because, yeah, for sure, like I said, I never got any glitches when I played the game. So I wonder when you were trying to beat the game, did you get even more?
A quick divination.
Okay, we talked about that. I don't think I got any more glitches after that, to be honest. Besides maybe, again, the cube thing happening and me having to reset.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you can get the cube, like, you can keep it as the cube for as long as the glitch happens, and I think in cutscenes you look like a cube.
Really?
Yeah, no joke. Because it's
Oh,
supposed
that's
to be the
cool.
costume, so you're just a cube.
That's really funny.
And I think because of the height difference, sometimes it'll just look like the character's talking to nobody.
What would be funny is with when you showed me when you were wearing the cat one, the cat was still there, but the key was down.
Yeah.
That'd be funny, like them talking to a floating backpack cat.
I talked about that.
Did we already talk about the Venom fight? We talked about the
Uh,
mission. I already forgot if we talked about the actual fight itself.
I talked about the wings, and I said, hey man, I wish you could fight in
Yeah.
midair.
But
I
not the
thought it was
actual boss.
okay. No, not the actual boss. I thought it was really cool. Because obviously it's cool. It's them beating the big bad. But it's just Peter and Miles on top of Venom. Beating the fucking shit out of him.
I love how big Venom is. Like, when you see him, like, both Peter and Miles are so small compared to him.
I love that.
It's really cool. What do you think about the actual, like, I guess when you're fighting as Peter, when you're going through the 3 football fields, is it? No, just going through the high school.
It is 3. Well, it's a it's a football field, and then the high school
gym.
gets mixed in. Yep.
And something else.
I thought that was cool. I liked it. I liked it because you play as Anti-Venom. So I always thought it was really neat. I just, again, my biggest issue with it is the fact that, like, there's no other consciousness within him talking about that. Or, like, trying to, like, make him good or whatever. Like, I think that, not only that, I think if they don't bring up Anti-Venom, if Anti-Venom doesn't get brought up, they basically just killed off Venom. Like, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is pretty bad.
With the anti-venom thing, I just assume, like, since it's brought up, they're saving it
wait,
for the future.
Give me 1 sec, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Right. Investing in victory means playing the long game.
I sent a storm.
Commencing research.
Awaken, dormants. World cleansing dragon.
All things human creations. Go Nappy!
The strength.
Actually, 2.
I sent a storm.
Liquidation! I see through you. Specimen sighted.
Okay, I'm back. I had to answer my door.
Okay.
Easy, Numby.
It was Optimum advertising.
Go Nappy!
But you got files.
Yeah, they're like, so how many gigs you got? And I was like, I don't know. I just have. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm not interested, but thank you. She's like, yeah, well, you can call me on that number. I'm like, okay, cool, got it. Anyway, back to the conversation.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, but I don't remember what.
You're talking about the football field fight, which we did talk about, and then you were gonna mention something else, and I was talking about like the anti-venom thing, and I was sad that he doesn't speak.
Oh yeah, that I thought the fact they brought up anti-venom in the first place is just to give it a Harry in the future.
Which they don't.
Well, not in this game, but maybe in a future game he would become like the actual anti-venom.
Then that is a plot hole.
Since it has no thoughts, right?
Well, it's not even just that it doesn't have any thoughts, they never even mention it. Like, the fact that it has tendrils and shit. And Peter doesn't just go, oh, here, Harry, you have it. Like, at no point in the game does he ever do that.
He doesn't. You're right. He never. Well, actually, because he already has Venom, though.
No, but like, even
that point.
after Venom is gone, do you know
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene where Harry's like dying? And then Miles has to resuscitate him? And I'm like, Peter,
You're ready.
Peter, you have a symbiote.
Yeah, why
Give
wouldn't
it
he
to
just give it to him?
The market is
He did the same for you when you got stat. Give it to him.
What are you doing? You're
You're
right.
letting... Wow.
They're lost. Human creations.
Because supposedly, from what we know, it works the same as the symbiote, except it just doesn't make you bad. So yeah, just give it to him.
Yo, the writers of this fucking thing, they're just
Oh my
not good
god.
at their job. Oh, well, time to talk about the big part that we haven't talked about at all. We haven't talked about this issue, or not issue, this part at all. So, Cindy.
Oh, the tease?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awaken dormant scale.
Again,
What
another
the
setup.
fuck is that?
That's so weird to me because, like, okay. She's. I mean, I don't know. I think I gave up reading comics around the time she came out. But the one thing I remember her was she and Peter had some weird ass shit.
They date, I'm assuming. And
Well,
make
no.
out.
The biggest thing was she gets the spider that bites her is the exact same spider that bites Peter.
Yeah.
And because of that, she has pheromones that make both of them go crazy.
Yup.
Yeah, that's super weird.
I'm assuming the writers will completely get
Yeah.
rid of that, do something completely different, because we gotta be safe. We can't be sexual, we can't do anything like that. Nope, gotta be safe.
That's the only thing I know. What else?
The market is unpredictable.
Well, I know her design.
Investing in victory means playing
If I remember right, her spider sense is better than all the other spider people. I can't remember why.
confiscated.
I'm gonna lose my shit if they make so a fucking. Hey, look, she's bisexual or pansexual or some type of thing because we gotta push our agenda.
I mean, that's already been in the game.
Yeah,
Since,
I know.
like the first one.
But I'm gonna laugh my ass off if that happens again. Cause that. Oh, I forgot. I never had it.
Oh, did you see the Cuban flag? Or
Oh,
was it
yeah,
actually
they-
patched by the time you played it?
I did.
Oh, you did see it.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, cool. I didn't know I had representation.
Yo,
Nice.
Pog, man, Miles is Cuban.
Got it. Fantastic.
Great for
Which
you.
apparently this was an issue in his game. Because it was also Cuban in the Miles game.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
And then they patched it and they changed it. And look at that. They didn't listen and they fucked it up again.
Damn. That's
Wow.
so funny.
Also, speaking of Spanish stuff, before we get into my other thing, oh my god, the amount of issues.
It just don't stop. Oh, I wish I could get this.
Apparently there's an issue with the Spanish version of the game where they try to do some weird Latinx thing, apparently, and a lot of people got pissed about it.
What do you mean?
So I'm not gonna talk about it like I understand it, but apparently, like, they're changing the Spanish language, or I guess making it more Americanized, and they're trying to use like gender neutral like pronouns in Spanish.
Right, yeah, because Spanish is like the language is gendered. Are you talking about real life or game?
In the game,
They're changing
when
the
they're-
language like that.
Yeah, like when they translate it, like because they have Spanish voice acting in it. So when the person is like, I think it was during one of the podcast scenes with the girl with the purple hair, or just in general in the game. But the one that I keep seeing is like there's multiple people or streamers that react to it that are Hispanic, and they literally got pissed about it. And I agree, you're literally changing a whole entire language to fit within your agenda, even though the language has already been established. Like there's no, like what the fuck are you doing?
Hey, you. Time to
And I agree, it's very much them pushing their agenda onto other people, even though that's a culture that you're literally erasing here.
Right.
So that's been another problem with this fucking game, apparently.
Right. Investing in victory means playing
And that's been a problem in general, because I think Disney's doing the same thing.
In what way?
Awaken dormant
Like, what is
There was
Disney
a
doing?
cleansing dragon.
There was a show where they were trying to like. There was a show where it was mostly, it's like a show about Hispanics and whatnot, and they fuck up on a lot of like the language because they're acting like, oh, we know what the language is, and they fuck up on it, and the writer was like, who gives a shit? It's basically the same thing anyway, like basically not giving a shit about the language or how to speak it correctly, even though it's trying to teach people about it,
Mm-hmm.
which has been another issue. People have been calling it Latinx or some shit like that, where it's just like they've been literally like,
Yeah, when was that? Was that at the beginning of the pandemic when that started popping up?
I think so.
Like I remember that's hearing about that they want to change
The strength.
like Latino, Latina. Basically the word instead would be Latinx. I think that's how you say it.
I
And then a
think
bunch
so.
of the words in the language would be basically that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just weird just because like the language itself is gendered. I don't know. It's just how it is.
It should be how it is, but like, it's funny, man. We live in an age where it's like a lot of shit about like, hey, we gotta make sure everything's okay and blah blah blah. And it's just like, it's funny because then you have people who like go, hey, you can't wear braids. That's cultural appropriation. Meanwhile, Latinx is 100% cultural appropriation. You're taking a culture and changing it completely. That's not even yours.
Yeah.
It's completely nuts.
Confiscated.
But back to the game itself. Another issue I have, which is with Black Cat. Apparently she's just bisexual now.
Yeah, she said she had the whole point of her is to go to, was it Paris?
And I have a
Or like her
problem with
girlfriend?
that because I get it. People are gonna be like, well, she's very sexual, so obviously she would be like vibes. And I get it, fine. When I hear that with Catwoman, I'm completely okay with it because Catwoman has been established for years now that she's like this. But I've known Black Cat for years, and she's always been predominantly straight, and she's always been into like Spider-Man / Peter Parker. She's been into Morbius, cause she fucking dated Morbius for a long time, and she's mostly been predominantly male-oriented. But it seems like every sexual female character has to be bisexual or some shit. Because I looked that up just in case I was crazy. Just in case I was crazy or being like, oh, you. But apparently she was turned bisexual in 2021.
Awaken dormant scales.
Okay.
So it was a recent change when Marvel's been pushing their whole fucking political agenda garbage. And it pisses me off because it's like, seriously? Did you have to also change her too and change I couldn't do it. I was so fucking mad about it.
That must have
I was
been
like-
after she stopped being Kingpin for the universe.
It was so stupid, man. I'm just like,
Awaken dormant scales.
you could have just said, oh, she's going to fucking, like, you could have at least hinted to like maybe her going to find Morbius, because I know Morbius was in Europe at some point. I think, because he's European, isn't he?
I don't know. From everything I've seen, he was just a dude in New York. I don't know about his like actual ethnicity.
Because I remember in the show she talks about that she went to Europe and met him,
Go Nappy.
like the old cartoon show.
The 90s one?
Yeah, that one.
Liquidation.
Because he has a very thick accent in that show.
He does, yeah.
Game.
But I remember that, and it's like, yep. That could have been hinted at, but nope. Instead, she's gonna go see her girlfriend.
I mean, I guess it's just to say
Storm.
that she moved on from Peter, I guess.
Heaven's surge.
That I'm completely fine with. But again, the whole like changing, I just don't like it when they just randomly change characters for the sake of changing it. It reminds me of the whole, I think it was Tim Drake,
Awaken dormant scales.
where they changed his sexual orientation also.
World cleansing dragon.
But I think, isn't that just the thing with comics? They're always going to change something about the characters.
Heaven's surge.
I guess it's just that canonically speaking, if you've already established them as this, I hate the fact that it's like, oh, we did this because, you know,
World cleansing
we want to sell.
dragon.
and then most people get pissed because it's like it's already been established that this is this.
Search.
You don't go and turn Peter Parker like Asian or something, because that's not Peter Parker. Peter Parker is a white American. That's why you make your own characters like Miles.
Awaken dormant world cleansing dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's okay to make other original characters, but don't take established characters and completely change them and then go, this is canon now.
Well, it's because of what you said. It's to sell. Because they know who Spider-Man is. If they make a new character, they'd be like, who the hell is this?
I mean, that's why people got really pissed when they were trying to make that, I think it was a Black Superman show. And
No,
they
it's
called them-
a movie. Like, I
it's a
think I know what
movie?
you're talking about, where they were going to replace, like, the next Superman was going to be black.
Yeah, and they were going to call him Clark Kent.
Yeah, like, it's not... Because, like, there is a universe with a black Superman.
Exactly.
I forgot his name. It was, like,
People
Val
were so
L.
pissed.
Yeah, but this was going to be actual Kal-El.
Which was stupid. People were like, there's already an established Black Superman. Why wouldn't you just use the established Black Superman instead of taking the white Superman and turning him black?
Well, I guess just because, like, what I said, like, you know the name. That's why. I remember the weirdest thing with that announcement was it was announced, if I remember right, that announcement was announced on Henry Cavill's birthday.
So stupid.
I was like, damn, man, come on. Pick another day. And his Superman has been, like, through the fucking gutter.
On my birthday.
He
I feel bad
sucks.
for him. He's got
That
so
and
much-
the Witcher.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, man. He clearly has a passion for these things.
I like him too. At least for Superman. I always thought he looked great for the role. And I'm pretty sure he could act it well, but it's just like everything he's getting, like the work he's given with is just not good.
Speaking of Hollywood stars that have gotten fucked over by Hollywood bullshit, here's a star that's not getting screwed over anymore because Reacher Season 2 has been confirmed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like it has a trailer already.
Been a fucking while. When did the first one come out?
I don't remember.
I remember when I watched it, when you told me it was already out for a while, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's getting a sequel because the man deserves it. He clearly has a passion for his acting and
Yeah.
he got fucked over with that TMNT shit.
Wait, what TMNT thing?
I don't know if I don't remember if I told you, but I think I've told everybody that when I mentioned this actor, but he was in the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
I don't
But
know
was
that.
never
With
credited.
the first or second one, or both?
The first one.
Okay.
Just the first one. Because he was one of the models that was used to do the CGI over the turtles. But they never credited them.
Oh, wow.
And he was pissed because he's like, I'm literally I'm one of the main characters. I might not be the voice actor, but like, I'm doing the modeling for it.
Hmm. This is
And
interesting. I remember this type of discussion before with the Planet of the Apes movies. With Caesar and Andy Serkis. And it's like,
Yeah.
should you credit a mocap artist for their role? Like if they were to, like, say, be nominated for an Oscar?
100%. I believe they should.
Yeah.
Because, like, acting isn't just a fucking, like, if you're doing acting that's visually represented on screen, that's part of the art. That's part of the acting. You could say the voice is really good, but then if, like, the voice matches the movements of the mocap, that's on top of you having to match the voice acting. And if you're able to do that visually, then yeah, you deserve to be rewarded for that or credited for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, God forbid, let's fucking say a guy's yelling, and the mocap guy's just standing there. Visually, that doesn't show what the emotion is.
Yeah, it doesn't match.
I think you should credit someone that puts in the work.
So what happened with the second movie? They just used a different, like, mocap person who wouldn't get credit?
I don't know. I don't know if they ever credited the other mocap people, but he quit because he was like, nah, fuck this. You didn't credit me, so I'm not doing the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he ended up maybe suing them. I can't remember. But like, it fucked him over because he was doing years and years of acting, and like his break was like the TMNT thing because it was a big movie, and then he did it only to end up not even getting credited. So he got like Hollywood. Nobody knew who the fuck this guy was.
Right.
Oh, right. I forgot to mention. He was also not allowed to show up at like Comic-Con and like big like meet the actor things.
For TMNT specifically?
Yeah, for that. He was not allowed to.
Hmm.
Like they paid him, obviously.
Yeah.
But they didn't credit him. They didn't want him showing up for like, hey, I'm the guy who does I think it was Raphael. Like Raphael's mocap. Nope. You're not allowed to.
That is very weird.
Even though he wanted to. I hate that shit where it's like you're not allowed to be passionate about the thing you want to do. Imagine if like Capcom called up Luke's voice actor and said, "Yo, you gotta chill. No more Street Fighter memes, okay?"
Well, I mean, that's exactly what Nintendo did with the older Mario. He couldn't do any Mario voices in like Comic-Con or whatever. Like any public outing.
That's so dumb. I don't like that.
That's just a thing, I guess. Like even outside of gaming and TV, movies, because now I'm remembering there was a big problem for the UK. Like you know how for Siri, they have a voice for every different like region or dialect, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the UK one, the dude who did that one got in trouble with Apple because he was using the voice outside of like, I guess for Siri. And then the dude says like they don't, like I'm not working with Apple, like I'm not an employee. I can use this voice whenever I want.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's fucking ridiculous.
bit weird.
If I ever got into like voice acting, I'd be like, "Fuck you! I'm allowed to do whatever I want." And if if it says it in my contract, I'll make sure to fucking read that contract to make sure that it allows me to say it or use it. Fuck you! I ain't selling you my rights.
I mean, I guess that's the big deal why people are in unions, right? To have protection with that.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
But overall, because I know we got really off topic.
Yeah, talking about the reacher. I can't even remember his name.
I can't
Like the
remember
actual actor's name.
Yeah, same.
Hey, you.
Oh wait, how? Since you've been kinda watching Smallville because of your girlfriend, did you see Perry White already?
Who the fuck is Perry White?
That's well in the actual comic. He's the owner of the Daily Planet.
Warning.
I don't think so because they haven't even seen Lois Lane yet. They haven't gotten there. Lois
Pretty sure you
Lane,
meet him
sorry.
beforehand. But like I was about to say, like if you saw him, you understand like there's a lot of stuff like we see, and I'm like, oh, that's the dude from Smallville. There's so many actors who are like from that show who are now in bigger stuff, and it's like, or recent stuff. It's like, oh, cool. I was about to say that with
Yeah.
Perry, but you don't know how he looks like yet, so I don't want to say.
I'm happy with stuff like that when I see an actor like make it big and I see them in other stuff.
World cleansing dragon.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Oh, right. So overall, I enjoyed my time with Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man, right?
If I were to rate the game,
To travel far away.
this might sound bad. I feel bad giving it this rating because it sounds bad. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Heaven surge.
I think that'd be the same with me. I think it would either be a 7 or 6.
Heaven surge.
It's definitely above average. I wouldn't say it's average.
Definitely. For people who are gonna ask me like, that sounds bad. I'm like, I get it. But if I like, for people who want to buy it, I would suggest waiting for it to drop in sale to at least $30. 30, maybe 40.
Sir, break.
I think that's what most people are gonna do because they're gonna probably buy it for like Christmas
Yeah, because the price point
or
World cleansing
holiday sales, I guess.
because the price point that's at right now, in my opinion, is not worth it.
Yeah, it's a
However,
lot.
I'll tell you what game does deserve that price point. Resident Evil 4.
Jesus.
Because, man, did I play that game a fuck ton more.
It's weird because like I guess it depends how you view games because obviously like viewing a game as like the more hours equals how much it should cost isn't right.
It's not.
But it is like what Spider-Man 2 is like 20. Well, I beat it in 25 hours. You probably
I
what
took my
30?
time. Yeah, I took my time. I did 30 because I fucked around with the camera. I actually don't know how long I actually spent on the game because I did a lot of times where I just stepped away and didn't touch it.
Yeah, same with me.
So I fucked around with my hours quite a bit.
Yeah, and that long for $70 for something like that, it just depends if I feel like it's worth the price if you like I guess if you like Spider-Man, like you really want to see the new story and all that. But if you're someone who doesn't like even know about Spider-Man or not even interested in him
Definitely
at all,
wait.
then yeah. But no, I
Um,
feel like you shouldn't spend $70 for that.
If, like I said, if this wasn't a gift, because I got this as a gift, because I can't fucking afford it, I probably would have been a-okay with waiting and purchasing it at a lower price.
Hmm. That's weird, but you got it for free though.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just saying, like, from me having this knowledge, if I had never gotten it, I probably would have been happy getting it at a lower price if I bought it for myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, knowing that. As a gift, oh yeah, no, this is fantastic. It's free? Oh, hell yeah. Actually, sorry, it was $10 because I bought the costumes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you could buy that stuff after the game. I thought you had to buy it with the game.
No,
Like that edition.
there's a deluxe
Upgrade or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Oh.
the fuck that is. It's like, cool, I'll get that. Granted, I kind of... no, I don't regret it. I like having a complete game, so I like having all the costumes. I was gonna say I regret it, but it's fine. When you go to the menu, you see all those fucking different outfits. I'm like, it's cool. But that being said, I'm really worried about the Wolverine game.
Just because of how 2 was handled?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cause
I don't know. I feel like Wolverine would be alright.
they better not hold back a lot of shit, man. They better, like, you come on. Like, Wolverine has a different tone compared to friendly Spider-Man. So we're all inclusive and we all love each. Compared to Wolverine.
Get back here.
Wolverine give no fucks. Oh, speaking of Wolverine, that costume's awesome.
Which one?
The one in Spider-Man.
This is a Wolverine costume?
Wait, what?
Like, what are you talking about?
There's a Wolverine costume.
I cannot remember.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I don't remember this.
What are you talking about?
How do you get it?
You just get it. It's a leveling up one.
I don't know why I don't remember it.
Miles has it.
Yeah, I don't. Why don't I remember that one, but I remember the Black Panther one?
Oh my god.
Is it literally yellow and blue?
You get all the colors. You get okay. So the first color,
Brown
the one
and
that you
yellow.
see, the one you see is Miles's colors, which is black and red. And then the other 3 colors are the brown and yellow, the X-Force suit, and then
Oh,
literally,
great. Okay.
and then the blue and yellow, the classic.
That's pretty cool. I literally don't remember this.
Oh my god, you need to see it.
Wow.
It's such a good outfit. It's the one outfit that made it really hard for me to choose. Like, hey, what do I want on Miles?
Playing the long game.
He has like a jacket and he's got boots on and he has the cowl. It looks so cool.
Wait, how does the mask look like? Since Wolverine's face isn't covered.
It's completely covered, but it has the black ears and everything. It's just that the mouth is covered.
It doesn't look weird.
Nah, it doesn't. It looks really cool to me.
That's good.
I'm assuming they put that in there because Insomniac obviously is making Wolverine, so they put in a Wolverine outfit.
Yeah.
That had to be one of my favorites. That and Mysterio's outfit's pretty nice when I looked at it.
Miles really does get the best ones.
Dude, it's fucking stupid. People are also pissed that they just couldn't just transfer over all the costumes from the first game.
Yeah, because I remember when we talked before, the Ghost Rider skeleton one isn't there.
For some stupid reason. Nor's Bagman. Nor is
Risk warning.
what's his name? Shit.
Dr. Doom.
No. The guy who made Spider-Man.
Magneto.
He didn't make Spider-Man.
You don't know that. He made the spider.
What the fuck is his name?
Yeah, who the hell are you talking about?
The guy who made Spider-Man.
I see through you.
You're talking about real life? Or the
Real
spider?
life.
Hold up. I got the thing here. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Stan Lee, because in the original Spider-Man, didn't they put in a Stan Lee outfit?
Is there really? I don't remember. Although it's
I
been
remember they-
years. I remember you meet him.
I think they had Stan Lee. You could web sling as Stan Lee, I think.
That's really funny. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me too. They don't have the outfit with just his mask on.
Oh, where he's in his underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't put that in there either.
Cowards.
The risk liquidation.
I wanted to see battle damaged underwear Spidey where he gets like dirt in his eye. It's covered in dirt.
That'd be a good costume to use with the Venom scene since they're super, you know.
Yin and yang.
I want to see the scene where he gets the venom ripped off of him, and then all you see is him naked.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. Because the suit is what gives him like his clothes and all that. So, so in actuality, when he removes the symbiote, he is supposed to be naked.
That'd be great. That would have been fantastic.
Well, I guess it depends on the universe.
It's so weird. There's a scene where you go where he has his mask off, and when he has his mask off as the Spider Noir, he has like this giant cartoonish trench coat.
Oh, I
Looks funny.
didn't even think about that.
It looks really funny.
Or how would Miles look like without the mask with the Spider-Verse one?
A hyper realistic face on a cartoony body.
Yeah.
No matter.
There's no option in this game to have a maskless like costume, right?
Nope.
Although I can't remember if the first game had something like that.
Somebody mentioned it, and I agree with them. You have Peter's model in the game. I understand you don't want to model the lips moving in the game because obviously you have the mask, so it kind of cuts the cost around it. But I don't think anybody would have an issue with just seeing Peter not moving his lips and just being Peter, because you have literally Peter's younger self with the glasses in the game.
Yeah, he looks so weird young.
The market is unpredictable.
But I was like, man,
Harry's got a beanie. Yeah, I always like ever since the
Quick divination.
PS1 and PS2 games, I always liked using the costumes where you actually just be Peter because it was fun to fuck around. Like, oh, I'm not Spider-Man, I'm Peter.
speaking of more things I know you would love and that you hate that is not in it. Somebody mentioned it, but they wish that they had the low poly Spider-Man as an option.
What do you mean low poly? Like from what?
Like PS1 Spider-Man.
That'd be super funny.
It'd be cool though, right?
Yeah, it would.
Because I remember in Resident Evil 6, they had the low poly fucking Leon for mercenaries mode.
They'll risk
The low poly from what? Oh, from 2?
Yeah.
Oh. I was about to say, isn't 4 isn't that low poly from what I remember?
Nah. OG Resident Evil 2 low
Yeah.
poly. I remember that they had those outfits. Like I don't get why people they just don't add those in. Not like that much work. It's gonna look jank no matter what you do, and nobody really cares if it does.
Yeah. Yes.
No, we gotta look professional. If our stockholders see low poly models, we'll fucking lose all of our stock.
They might do it in the future, maybe. Who knows? Because they do, with the first game, I remember they did add, well, actual DLC and DLC costumes after the game came out.
Does Yuri turn into that in the comics?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that. If I remember right, she is in the 90s cartoon, but she was just a cop.
So she never turns into like a vigilante at all?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that. But that might have been like a recent thing.
I know for sure the swirls are from the new iterations of Carnage, right?
Yeah, that's based off the whole new, not new now, the symbiote lord guy. Started with a K, I think.
Yeah, because you told me about it, and I was like, I don't remember seeing these sort of things.
Yeah, when I saw that, like when you see the stone, you see that symbol, I'm like, oh, that's that guy. Like, oh, this is interesting.
I was hoping you would be like, no, not this.
It's a bit weird because there's some stuff I do like and not like about that whole new lore they dropped when he came out.
Yeah, because I know you didn't like it.
Yeah, what I do like, I like him in general. He's pretty kind of cool. But I remember they changed up that, oh, symbiotes themselves are no longer bad. Every symbiote is a good guy, and the ones who are bad are corrupted because of that guy.
Kiss my ass.
I was like,
Kiss
that I
my
don't
ass.
like. Yeah.
I prefer Venom crashing into Earth and being inherently like symbiotic out of nature, so he tends to be kind of evil, but then he learns through humans to be good, and then a bunch of other symbiotes come into play, and he's like, no guys, stop, we can be good. I like that a lot. It's so stupid, but I love it. It's kind of why I kind of like how trashy the Venom movies are. He's like, oh, I'm kind of scared shitless, man. He's really tough. In my planet, I was a little bitch.
That was so... I remember the first time I heard that line, I was like, holy shit, really? It's like, yeah, he says something like that, or like, I'm the weakest one on my planet. He's like, what the fuck?
I'm basically you.
Yeah,
He says
loser.
that to him. I'm a loser.
Yeah.
See, I like that.
Heaven surge. Break.
God, man.
Awaken dormant scales.
That's one thing I kind of wish was in this. They didn't play up too much of the goofy Venom.
No, he was more serious. Which I also like.
Surge.
I don't mind it. I just wish there was a little bit more of it. Like just a little bit of goof.
I'm trying to remember. He does have some humor, doesn't he?
Break.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like he's obviously more serious, but I remember him having jokes, like cracking a joke before.
It's like the part where Kraven cuts his tongue.
A quick divination.
He just regenerates it like nothing.
Yeah, he does. I like that I soy jacked super hard when I saw the fucking part where he's like, we are.
Oh, yeah. That was super cool.
Oh, you said the line, you said the line.
He said it. He said the thing. I clapped.
I clapped when I saw it.
World cleansing dragon.
He's so good. The voice of him is great too.
Yeah, whoever did Venom's voice is really good.
It was the dude who played Candyman.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember that's why people were hyped up too when they revealed it.
I sense a storm.
Makes sense. That dude has a great voice.
It's like I said, I do like the iteration of like, you can tell when somebody's changing because they'll start saying we and shit, and it's like, excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is we?
Heaven surge. Rise.
You gotta take your med, Spidey. What are you talking about?
Why don't you pop more pills, huh, Harry? Say
Oh
what
yeah,
you
he
really wanna
does say
say.
that. That was crazy. I wish there was more of that in the game. Like with the talking about the pacing stuff before, I felt like it was so fast. We don't see a lot of stuff.
I saw a little bit of that more, but that was most likely because I decided to do little tiny like the little objectives around the city. Because when you do that during that whole transformation scene, he's like, they were all too weak, and he starts like talking shit about all like the criminals and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like that, but it doesn't happen for too long.
Rise.
It's weird too when you start doing the story side missions like Yuri's. When he's in that, it's very weird that he kind of acts normal even though he has the black suit.
That happened to me, and it was literally during the mission where in the mansion, or I guess it's the mansion, I don't know, like the big building where you fight Yuri.
Yeah.
And it happens to me where Peter's trying to be nice, and I'm like, dude, you just got the black symbiote. Like, you shouldn't be this nice. You
Yeah,
should
it's
be
very
like,
weird.
like, I wish they had done the same thing that they do with voice lines, because you know how they redo voice lines because they have to do one where he's swinging and then one where he's not swinging.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would do that for the mission, so then it would be like Peter trying to convince Yuri to stop doing it, but at the same time he's like, Yuri, this is insane, or whatever the hell, and he's just being mean and aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Rise.
Like, I wish that was a thing, but that never happens.
Awaken.
Because, man, was it cool beating the shit out of Yuri as having symbiote powers.
She definitely didn't stand a chance.
Hell no.
The strength. Heaven surge. Break.
But I'll mention it again. I got giddy. I was happy, even though it was done not the way I wanted it when I got Antifa. That was the best.
I guess thinking about it, I don't know why the Yuri fight reminded me of it, but I guess one of the best boss fights. Well, you said Sandman, but isn't the Miles Peter one also good?
It's pretty good. It's just not. I think it's not bombastic to me compared to like the Sandman fight. Like, I get it. It's very much like. It's very much the Virgil / Dante fight, where it's like fight your equal or fight your basic your clone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. But there wasn't that much cinematic tone to it, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, it was missing something, and I don't know what it was. Because you fight him in basically the same arena as Kraven.
Yeah, this is the exact same one. Yeah.
You don't really like go anywhere else. You just fight him, and it's kind of like a bit of a normal fight to me. I think one of the reasons why I mentioned Sandman is because Sandman puts in so many different elements, like this web slinging. You're fighting smaller, like the smaller enemies. I get it. Obviously, you can't do that with Peter. But like you're going through buildings.
Be funny if he summons a bunch of symbiote henchmen.
That'd be really weird. But like, I like the fact that, like, I've mentioned it before, but like one of the things that fucking stood out to me during the Sandman fight was the part where Miles gets launched and he literally goes over another fucking city.
Yeah.
Like, it's very cinematic, very memorable, because that stuck to me. But like the Peter Miles fight, I think the only thing that stuck to me was, I think the part where it's both Peter and Miles like mid punch in the air. And I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The dialogue makes it good, but I don't remember anything else crazy.
So you would want more set pieces then?
I guess just a little bit, because there's not much. And I don't think ever remember seeing Peter do anything crazy either. Like he just fights you normally, which again makes sense. Because I thought what was really cool about Kraven is that he like disappears, like because he cloaks himself, throws smoke bombs, a bunch of other cool little things he does.
Yeah, and then snipes you.
I like that. I like a lot of what Kraven does. I like a lot of what Lizard does. He goes up against the wall, you gotta web him down. Like there's a lot of stuff that I remember, but with Peter it's just you hit the bell, and Peter covers the bell, which is basically the same thing as with I forgot who else you fight has to do with the. Oh right, it's the reverse. Whereas with Kraven you want to stop the bell, but in this one you want to ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much like the same mechanic.
The market is unpredictable. Investing in
And again, it's like I mentioned, the game starts to rush with bosses because you fight Kraven only to immediately then fight Peter, and then after that Peter scene you go I think to your house, in which then you fight Mary Jane
Oh yeah,
immediately.
yeah. Scream, yeah.
It's like I said, you just get thrown with boss after boss.
Sent a storm. Heaven's surge. Break.
That's just the pacing issue.
Awaken, Thorns. World cleansing dragon.
Oh no, 5 minutes left.
For what?
Risley's banner's gonna be gone.
Rise.
Oh shit.
Should I pull? Should I not?
Do you want that C1? Do you want that uppercut after your fifth attack?
Do I want my kit to feel actually good?
reciprocity. Excellent.
But Farina, she opens up so much to so many teams.
Well, she works with Risley too, right? Doesn't she work with everyone from Fontaine? Yeah.
100%, yeah.
So getting Farina would also be helping Risley, right?
Correct. You know, one 10 pull wouldn't hurt, right?
As long as you don't think that 10 pull should have gone to Farina.
Oh, the banner's gone. Never mind.
Oh, you missed your chance.
Awaken.
I guess it ended at 3.
World
I
cleansing
might have
dragon.
gotten confused.
What time is it now? Oh shit, it's almost 4.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The strength.
Well, we had a lot to talk about. We talked about Nikke. We talked about Spider-Man.
But that's all. I was just about to say we didn't talk about a lot. All I remember is talking about Nikke and Spider-Man.
And we talked about Honkai, because we talked about Relics.
Oh yeah, a bit.
Awaken, Thorn scale.
To be honest, I guess it's because Spider-Man took up like
Cleansing dragon.
a lot more time than us talking about Nikke and Honkai.
Honkai we did talk a bit about, because we kept talking about like Relics and issues with that.
I'm still playing it.
Strength.
You're playing Honkai? I thought you switched to Genshin at some point.
Nah. I was gonna switch when the banner's up. I'm
Are we
doing
still gonna
Swarm.
try that,
I see through you.
that dual thing?
Yeah, but although we should have probably tested before that.
Yeah, we'll do it right on the spot. Who cares?
And then it doesn't work, then oh well, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it just, oh well, it doesn't work. You know?
Oh, okay.
Better luck next time.
Heaven's surge. Rise.
I don't even know how that works. I think you both just have to be streaming and then somebody sends like an invite. I have no clue.
I think. That's what I remember, because when I was seeing people play Among Us, it was someone would say like, oh, I sent you an invite for the, is it squad stream? I think that's what it's called.
Among Us.
Awaken, Thorns. World cleansing dragon.
Oh, probably a movie of Among Us would do a lot of money too.
That's so stupid.
It's crazy that Five Nights at Freddy movies did so much fucking money. Freddy Fazbear.
The battle pass isn't even out.
Still haven't even played any of the games. Have you played any of the games since watching the movie?
Since watching the movie, no, but I think I did play them. No, I don't play. No.
The movie didn't want to make you play?
The movie didn't. I just already wanted to play it.
Heaven's surge.
Aren't all of them on PlayStation?
Yes.
Yeah. And doesn't... Well, I could be wrong. Doesn't PlayStation have like an exclusive VR one?
Yes.
They do, yeah. So you could play
I
the
don't
whole
think
Five Nights at Freddy universe.
I don't think it's exclusive, but they do have a VR one. I would like to actually just play Sister Location instead. Because that's the big Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Where do I need a fork?
I have... My resin is capped. That's not good. Well, guess I better do a domain of some sort.
I wish Genshin had the excess
Oh.
resin that Honkai has.
I got a notification. Dear travelers, Genshin Impact servers will be down for maintenance.
It's already
in
down?
about 1 hour.
Oh boy.
Please plan your game time progress accordingly. For more details, see the in-game notice.
Better plan it. Don't come crying at us if we fuck it up for you somehow.
Yeah, don't cry to us if your resin gets capped.
That's your fault.
We told you, we gave you a warning. We tried to help you. I'll probably go ahead and do the domain then. Because I need to do it anyway. It's the domain that you need to do.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the one that's in Fontaine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should do
I
it
got it.
together.
I mean, we could if you want.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that now or do you want to do that later?
No.
Wouldn't it make sense to do it after we pull Farina?
Yeah.
So when are we doing it?
Later.
Okay, so I'll do some of it now since my resin's capped.
Yeah, because I should probably walk the dog beforehand. He's been staring at me for a long time.
I gotta do it so my resin's not capped.
I really do wish they had the fucking excess thing.
They just added the excess thing to Nikke too.
Oh, wait, for what though? You said that didn't have energy.
I told you the thing where you have to like when you're AFK, it builds up on the little outpost thing, and then you grab like equipment, EXP and stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, like before it would hit 100% and it would just not go anywhere, but now it has an excess thing where it'll do it slower. Which I prefer because I'm not picture perfect with like going back right before it hits 100. Usually now, ever since they added that, I usually always have it hit like 1% of the second bar. So I'm at least close,
Mm-hmm.
but none of it gets wasted. I mean, after you walk your dog, what would you like to do to wait for the servers?
We could try testing, see if we could get the dual stream thingy up.
I wouldn't mind doing that. We could also either try... I'm assuming you don't have COD on your console anymore.
No, I'd have to download it.
Okay. We could try Fortnite.
You still need to do your spawn stuff, right?
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Well, maybe well, it'd probably be horrible, but maybe I could stream it.
What thing?
Well, I mean, like, you know how you could stream games to play them?
Ew.
Yeah, I know. But maybe
No.
that would work. It'd be faster than
No.
downloading it.
Look, you said you were interested in playing Fortnite. We could try Fortnite. Because you said you wanted to go back to the OG map.
Yeah, go to Tilted Towers and
Die.
Tomato Town and Chug Jug.
And die.
Yeah. I saw a funny ass clip on Twitter where someone was replaying Fortnite. You know the thing that lets you teleport to the sky and then you could like re-glide?
Mm-hmm.
There was this guy who was like in a town inside one of the stores, and like someone's shooting at him, but he's obviously like gonna lose the fight, so he throws the teleport thing. He starts
Right.
flying away, and then he looks behind him, and there's like 3 or 4 guys flying with him,
Jesus.
and there's like solos. So it's like, holy shit, these guys are bad thirsty for this guy. Like they want that kill.
He just wanted to leave.
Like these other 3 or 4 people put aside their differences to kill this one guy.
Did he live?
No, he died.
Oh, well. I believed in him. Poor guy.
That's gonna happen to us.
No, we'll be fine.
Yeah?
I haven't played Fortnite in like months, but you know.
Yeah, me too. Well, I mean, you've been playing shooters, I guess, so you should be
Not
fine.
third person. Not third person.
He's still been pew-pewing.
I've been pewing half-assedly because all I care about is leveling up my battle pass.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played a shooting game.
Apex.
Yeah, but even then, that was, I feel like, months.
Speaking
Oh,
of
that
which-
season just came out, actually.
Yeah.
That too, yeah. Got a Filipino with, I think, no legs.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
The trailer for it was funny, I remember. Like, Revenant singing.
I wish I cared about Apex.
What is it they gotta do different for you to care? Or change?
Well, I don't like the rank system, but I think the only reason I stopped playing is just because I don't really have people to play consistently with. Also, I've never really liked the way they monetize their stuff.
Some of it is pretty crazy. I remember them
Yeah.
having $60 bundles or 100.
Like, it really shows that at some point, people really, well, at least for me, it shows that at some point, if your monetization strategy is just that bad, I'll just stop playing your game. Because it's happened with Overwatch, where Overwatch was just a mess, but then on top of that, when Overwatch 2 came out, I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna fucking attempt it.
Did you even play Overwatch 2?
I played like at least 10 matches and then I stopped.
Oh, okay. I thought you never even touched 2.
Nah, I touched it. It's just, I was like, this is basically the same thing, except now every monetization thing is worse.
You get
So I was like-
Lilith.
Yeah, you gotta pay a shit ton of money for it.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, you don't get it for free.
Oof. Oh, they got a new hero too. I forgot.
They got
A big man.
the Moana man,
Project Rat.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Rock the Wayne Johnson.
It'd be funny if he was voiced by The Rock.
It'd be funny if one of his voice lines was, "What can I say? Except you're welcome."
We should play that.
What?
Overwatch 2.
Hell no.
It's free.
I refuse.
Probably not that many gigs. Maybe.
It kind of probably isn't that many gigs, to be honest. At least not as much as Call of Duty.
Yeah, COD.
Speaking of gigs, holy shit is Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah, it's like 80.
What the fuck?
It's crazy. Those fucking high-tech facial mocap, I guess.
Playing the long game.
World cleansing dragon.
That and maybe the ray tracing, I guess.
Confiscated.
Oh yeah, did you play in performance or like the special mode?
Oh fuck that! I played on my high FPS.
Project
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, because I played in because the game starts you off with like regular 30 frames. And I started with that and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. But then I switched it and I was like, holy shit, that was really bad. Also, did you adjust your web swinging?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I also tried out fall damage. That shit is funny.
So the whole time I played with fall damage on, and the web swinging assist completely off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I played, the way God intended. Cause I ain't no bitch. I want my web swinging to be at least as accurate as I can be. Or else, what? I would just play any Spider-Man game that lets me web up to the like the skybox.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
that's how before that first PS4 game, that's how all the recent Spider-Man games were. Between that game and 2? Because I want to say Ultimate Spider-Man and Web of Shadows did the skybox thing too.
Yeah, no, get that shit out of here. I'm the real Spider-Man. I don't need no assistance. Plus, you have so many ways of like not splatting on the ground. Like you can either hit the X button to like break your momentum, or you can open up the wings,
Yeah, the wings is the what I'm thinking about.
or you can do the whole hold L1 and do a power ability where you jump up to get height again, or push yourself forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just so many ways to not fuck up. Did you know there's hidden little stunts you could do? Because I didn't know this.
I think so, because I remember the first game having that.
Well, there's the tricks, but I mean besides the tricks.
No, then the tricks is what I'm thinking about.
So apparently if you do like a dive, and you hold, I think, square and down, well, for Miles, it's the animation that he had in the Miles Morales game, where he'll pull out his cell phone and he'll start texting.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But in this one, because in the original Spider-Man he did not have this, Peter has one now. And Peter pulls out a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
And depending on how long the dive is, he can solve it.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
And the reason why that Rubik's Cube exists, it's because it's a reference to Spider-Man Noir.
Oh.
In the Spider-Verse movie, the first one, he has a Rubik's Cube. That
Yeah,
he's
he was
trying to
fucking
solve
around
the
with
whole
that
time.
since he can't see color.
Yeah, so it's a reference to that. I never did it, but I saw like gameplay of it. It's pretty cool.
That's crazy you can solve it.
Yeah, it just has to be a long enough drop, you know?
But
'Cause
that's,
Peter needs time.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's already known that he's super smart. Because a drop can't be that long. Like, a drop has to be like less than 10 seconds, I think.
Imagine like you're so close, like you see like all three, like most of the sides light up, but there's one more and Peter's about to solve it, and you splat on.
I like they give you a trophy the first time you splat.
I didn't get that till the end of the game, and it's because I didn't fucking do a trick and splat at the same
Oh,
time.
really? I got that like super fast. I think like the first 2 hours. Because it's exactly what you just said. I was doing a trick and then I fucked it up and just hit the sidewalk.
What was it? I'm surprised I didn't get it during the whole like, hey, stay up, don't touch the ground, and keep doing tricks. Like, I didn't get it during that
right,
trophy.
yeah.
Do you know what your last trophy was?
Well, the plat.
Well, besides the plot. Because I did a small little like cheeky thing.
I think it was the one where you had to get from the financial district to Queens.
Oh, okay, so you did that.
Uh-huh.
I did the little dumb small thing where I was like, you know what, I finished the game. Time for my victory lap. So I did the home run trophy.
Oh. That's funny.
That was my last one. Apparently, depending on who you play as, you get different voice lines.
I didn't know that. Like, I remember when I did that, I was wondering if Miles had it, but I never tried it.
I did it with Peter's, but yeah, Miles has one. I like Peter's voice line though. He's making fun of himself. He's like, by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. What do you thought of like the voice acting, I guess, for this game?
I wish Miles didn't sound so kid-like.
I remember when the Miles Morales game came out, people were making fun of the game Miles versus the Spider-Verse Miles. Like saying like the game Miles is such a what would even be the word? Like puny, like weak, and then like the other Miles is like clearly superior.
Oh God.
It's like Jesus Christ.
I mean, I feel like at this point he should really stop having that kid-like voice. I think in the Miles Morales game it kind of made sense. It's been 2 years. I think he should have, you know, had his balls drop. You know. It's not bad. It's just it's there. Peter I think is fine.
I don't think I could ever like this version of Spider-Man. Like I could ever put him as number one because every time I just hear like, especially now with the black suit, I just hear Hasel
Naruto.
or Sasuke. Yeah.
Somebody said something in one of the videos I watched, and ever since they said it, I couldn't stop picturing it. And then I watched videos of him saying stuff in the symbiote, and someone said that he sounds like a really pissed off Matt Pat.
What? The game theory guy?
Yeah, it sounds like Matt Pat.
I'm pissed off him.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but then I saw it, and someone put a picture of him over it, and I was like, yeah, kinda.
You actually hear it?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, kinda. I can picture Matt Pat being this pissed. I thought it was pretty funny.
That's really good.
Nah, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't. There are times where he gets really angry, and I just hear Sasuke. So I kind of get it. And
It's
I think
not
some
just
people do critique of that.
it's not his fault, I guess, because like there's a bunch of voice actors that are like that. Like the dude who voices fucking Ichigo or what's that guy's name in fucking Devil May Cry? What?
Dante?
No,
Virgil.
no, his son.
His son. Oh, Nero.
Nero. There we go. Jesus, I couldn't think of it. Like most of the time when he voices characters is also kind of samey.
What else did he voice act besides Nero?
Well, I said Ichigo. The main guy from P4.
Wait, that's the same guy?
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know he voiced Ichigo.
Close your eyes and hear Ichigo. That's fucking Nero.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a couple others, but there's always those types of voice actors where they do sound the same in the roles they play.
You mean Troy Baker?
I wouldn't say it's that the same level. Same with like Nolan North. But there are times they do change up their voice.
They try their best.
Okay. You got something against Troy?
No, they try. I think it's more Nolan North than Troy. I think Troy's fine.
Trying to think. There are times when I hear Nolan North, it's like, yeah, no, that is kind of different.
Yo, you want to hear a voice that doesn't sound anything like the fucking actor?
Ooh.
Dude. So, there's a new Studio Ghibli movie coming out.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it has a fuck ton of big name actors in
Yep, Willem Dafoe's in it. Robert Pattinson. Or Pattinson.
So, dude, Robert Patterson's voice in that fucking movie, I couldn't, like, I was like, hey, honey, did you hear Robert Patterson's gonna be in a Studio Ghibli movie? She's like, oh, really? I was like, I didn't like his acting that much in, like, Batman or Twilight or whatever.
The
I was
fuck?
like, okay.
Well,
She
Twilight,
didn't
I
like
got.
it.
I liked him.
Time for a break. Silent activated.
So then I was like, but he'll probably, let's see how he sounds. She's like, oh, he probably sounds all brooding and whatnot. And then you hear his voice in it, and it sounds nothing like him.
It's really good.
He has like an evil like, and I was like, that's Robert Pattinson. What the fuck? That's crazy.
I like him.
I liked him in Batman. I just didn't like the outfit.
He's a good actor. Oh, then that's different then.
But that's me. That's me. She doesn't like.
Oh,
him
I
in-
thought that was you.
No.
She's
I
the one who
liked
said
his
she didn't
acting.
like him in Batman.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck?
Well, I don't like. I didn't like his outfit, and I also didn't. Like I said, there's parts of the movie I just didn't enjoy.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, the costume so fucking bad in my opinion. I couldn't stand it.
Man, I digged it. You really hate that costume.
I do. I think we're on equal grounds on this, where it's like you don't like the white symbol on Spider-Man.
Oh
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
And then you like the Batman suit, and I don't like the Batman suit. It's funny because I think you're the bigger Spider-Man fan compared to Batman.
Oh hell yeah, I definitely love Spider-Man more. But I think that's
Meanwhile,
most people.
And then
Most
meanwhile, I'm
people,
the bigger Batman one.
I think Spider-Man. It's hard to think about since the MCU is now a thing.
Hmm.
But I think Spider-Man is the number one hero. Like out of
he's
all
always-
the superheroes.
I think he's always been.
Yeah. But I don't know now if Avengers, like maybe Iron Man might have taken it. Who knows?
Nah, nope. Spider-Man. It's always been and always will be Spider-Man, and then back then it used to be Superman, but then at some point Batman just became a huge ass craze.
Yeah, probably 90s I would say Batman took over. Like with the cartoon.
Yeah.
Because those cartoons probably definitely pushed them since they were super good. Oh, actually, maybe even the Adam West show too. And because it would have been the Adam West show, and then it would have led to those two movies from Tim Burton.
Yeah.
That
that's
probably is
definitely
when
what
like
pushed
Batman got way more popular
Spider-Man has been on top of the world.
since the 90s for sure. I wonder who are the top heroes now, because I remember at least early 2000s or 2010s, it was always the top three was Spidey,
This is Toka speaking.
then Batman, and then I remember third place was either it was mostly Superman, but I remember there was someone else who would like
Jadala.
take over Superman.
Sure thing.
It's probably you would have replaced Superman with Iron Man, but I don't think it's Iron Man anymore at this point, right? Because Iron Man's reign is past.
Yeah, right. Like when was Endgame? Endgame was 2019 or 2020.
So I don't know who would be the big one now, like the third place contender.
It would be whatever's recent, but I don't think there's been a hero that who's been in like a recent movie or show that would have done that much of a dent in the top placements. I think it could still be Iron Man in like maybe third.
Probably because no one's really topped it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Wolverine, but
When the game comes out.
probably. What does this guy say? He says there will be carnage, right?
In the game?
Yeah,
Yeah, he does say that.
good. As it should be.
He says something like that. He says he has a line and then he definitely says Carnage.
Hi. How? Jadala. Sure thing.
Wait, if Carnage is gonna show, oh, God, fucking damn it! They better
Miles
fucking
versus
fix-
Carnage.
I don't care about that. That's fine. But man, they better fix or do something with the symbiote, because if there is no Venom versus Carnage, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, that would have been cool. That's what I loved about the 90s show. Like, Carnage was such a big enough threat that Spidey had to team up with Venom. I like that. When in the story, like, one of the main villains has to team up with the protagonist.
Honestly, I really do. Yeah, the more we talk about this, I really think they should have just made the game a bit longer, and that wouldn't even be a problem, because most people said that the game was short anyway. Just to build on some of the stuff, especially with like the symbiote, because they literally left that whole like anti-venom suit wide open. It's a symbiote, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't act. And then you set up Carnage later, and it's like,
How?
in the next game, is the fucking suit gonna talk, or is it not?
mute for a while.
I was just born.
Yeah, you needed
No.
a couple more months for him to develop speech.
Yeah, Venom didn't even acknowledge my existence at the time. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Again, they're setting up for him again. I'm assuming the way I think about it is, especially with that last ending with Otto, I'm assuming Otto is just having plans to do the Superior arc from the comic. So I'm assuming I don't know what would be first, if the Goblin would be first or him becoming Superior.
I'm gonna laugh if that third game literally will just be a trash fire. Because I'm gonna be like, see, this was what happened. Because I knew something bad was gonna happen at this point. Because 2 was a bit of a mess, and now going into 3, if you don't fix your first mess, it's just gonna be worse.
Man, I don't know. You think that there is a possibility for it to be that bad?
I looked at the DLCs for the first Spider-Man game, and I go yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
What the fuck happened there?
That was definitely weaker than the main game.
And then I look at the Miles game.
Man, that's
There
what,
you
I
go.
thought it was good. Except the villain. The villain, I agree, it was boring. I can't. I guess I don't see. I can't imagine them making a third game where it would be that bad.
It's gonna be one of those symptoms, man, where it's just like nothing will ever be better than the first, and it's just gonna keep getting worse.
There's stuff that's better than the first.
There is stuff. I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm just saying, like, if you were to rank the games, it's just gonna be funny because it's gonna be like, well, the best one is the first one, and then I would say the second one, then Miles.
I think I could see. It depends what a person is looking for, because I could see people putting Miles over the first game.
That would be ridiculous.
Because I can say that the gameplay of Miles, like controlling Miles, was better than the first Peter, because he has so many different options with the electro power.
I can agree on that, but I think of the mixture of both gameplay and story
Hi, this is
makes the
speaking.
first one better because it's balanced a lot better compared to Miles, where it's like the gameplay is great, but then the story is ass.
Sure thing.
It's just the villain that's bad. The story itself is kind of good.
Yeah, I love that the Prowler barely got any time to grow. It was just, here's the Prowler, one bot, okay, we're done. That's it, no more Prowler.
You helped him make his very cool song.
Mm,
It's so funny. You don't. I thought they were gonna keep that going for the second game. It's like, nah, we're not making you do that music thing again.
I think it was mentioned once, and that's it.
Yeah, it's mentioned, but you don't actually do it.
Hi, this is
Well, I guess
You do it.
you don't do it for the Prowler, but you do a music thing, I guess, to get that symbiote bomb thing.
How? Jidola.
Yeah, the most OP fucking tool against that thing until the anti-venom suit.
You don't even need to use it since you skipped all the hives.
Well, I got the anti-venom suit. Oh yeah, no. Well, I didn't know about the glitch because I did half of the hives
Oh.
with the bomb, and then I got the anti-venom suit, and then I barely used it because I ended up doing the glitch. Because you unlock one half of the hives first, and then the second half later.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that bomb is stupid OP.
Yep, it's definitely the best gadget.
So the second I got it, I was like, because I never upgraded that bomb. That shockwave shit was so pointless. I was like, who gives a shit? And then the second I get that, I was like, oh. So if I fully upgrade it, this has multiple mines that are also sonic infused? Okay, cool, got it. I'm gonna upgrade it completely.
Yeah, that's exactly what I went through too.
Hi.
I didn't upgrade that gadget at all until like it shows up that, oh, it works against symbiotes. I was like, oh, okay.
Completely, like, neglected until the end where it got
Yeah,
the
literally
actual
the
upgrade
end.
it needed. Oh, cool, I can just cheat the game now? Okay, cool, got it. Fully upgraded. Because I think you need hero tokens for the first upgrade.
Yeah, a lot of the gadgets do at some point need the hero tokens.
But this one needs it at the very beginning of the first upgrade. So I said, no, fuck that, I'll upgrade everything else. But then that happens, and I go, if I upgrade it, I never need another hero token because the rest of it doesn't need it. So it's just instant, just upgrade it once, and then just all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid. What a fucking...
What did you think of the change of the gadgets they did? Because remember the first game, they did it with the wheel?
This is Toga speaking.
I think the way you use it, where it's like you hold a button and then you use the gadget is fine. I actually kind of like that a lot. I prefer it because it makes it easier for me to use gadgets, because I don't remember using gadgets too often in the first game because I thought it was kind of clunky. But in this one, it makes it easier to use.
Yeah, I
Granted,
like their reasoning for the change, saying like we got rid of it because like it would like stop the pace of combat.
and I agree. However, the gadgets they put into this game, I did not like. Like the anti-gravity fucking shoot people up in the air one made no sense for me. Like, I don't think Spider-Man would ever have that. Like the tethering one makes sense to me, where it grabs everybody and pulls them in, even though it's fucking crazy good. The Sonic one makes sense to me. The webbing one makes sense, but that weird one where it pops enemies into the air, I found it really weird.
I mean, it makes sense for combos, like gameplay wise.
Yeah, gameplay wise it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I just found it really weird. I miss the web bomb.
Maybe in Spider-Man 3. When Peter comes back.
For 5 seconds to just go, good job, Miles, and then it leaves.
Back to retirement.
I don't...
You really don't like that Miles is gonna be the main Spidey?
No, I don't think it's... One, I don't think it's deserved at this point. And two, at least in this story, it's not deserved. In like Into the Spider-Verse, 100%, yeah, it's deserved. But in this one, it's like, no. And then not only that, again, this goes against what the story was echoing in the first place, balance. And there isn't any. I've never seen Peter just be like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna stop being Spider-Man. The city has you, why does it need me? I'm just like, that's not Peter though. No.
Sure thing.
I wonder if I mean, we haven't even hit a month when the game came out, right?
I don't think so.
So far,
Like 2
everyone
weeks.
has been like praising it so high, but I wonder from a month from now, will people more, I guess, see the issues?
I tend to search for like people that are having issues with it, so I've had the opposite effect where I've seen mixed reception.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, for me, I see a lot of people being super positive. I
If
already
you
told
go
you, like,
on-
people are saying that this is better than the other two.
If you go on X, you'll see nothing but positive. No joke. It's very hard to find negative reception.
I don't know. I mean, the people were clowning on the new Miles suit.
Well, that's because everybody hated the fucking Miles suit.
Everyone can agree on that.
That suit looked like ass.
Brings people together.
To hate on it. all Spidey fans have come together to just go, no.